The dash ain't done, my brother. We're just getting started, Rob. Jup, jup. Share the love out to everyone. Finally. Just getting started, my man. But the dash is done. Might be done on Radio Aotearoa, but Shubz Says So continues, baby. Only the strong will continue. Do you have it in you? Let's go, brothers. We on it, the fans. We on. Shubz Says So. Free agent, baby. We free agents. Hey. Let's go. Share the live out at whānau. Let's go. Hi, guys, had me there for a bit. Yeah, baby. I mean, we ain't on radio, so welcome back to Shubz Says So. But we still on, baby. We still on. Let me see. What I tell them, oh, bow to me, drop down to your knees. Your man, I'm up here, that's what the little says. I'm in the Dominican, big puppy, your teeth. Oh. Let's go, chat. We're on whānau. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Share the live out whānau. We got our first guest. Our first guest is Hannah Tamaki. When with the sunset. Yeah. Hey, yo, did we try the onion or what? Oh, nah, I forgot the onion now, sis. Forgot the onion, brah. My bad, cuz. Forgot the onion, co. Straight up, co. Forgot the onion, co. Run with the sunset. Put that video up. Singing again, Shubz. Christine, what's good? What's good, fam? What's good? Remember that old school one? I'll just wait for a few people to come in the live. I used to laugh at people that did that, and then I started doing. I was like, shout out to the bros. Hey, man's was a hater. I was being a straight hater, fam. Straight back in those days, being a straight hater, fam. One with the sunset. What the hell? Bro, what's your thoughts on Auntie Alicia Walsh? What do you mean, Jax? I don't know. Who's that? Alicia Walsh. Sarah Jack. Alicia Walsh. Who the Alicia Walsh is? Who that is, fam? Who that is? Anybody know? Who that Alicia Walsh is? Alicia Walsh. Oh, is that the one that two heater exposed? Is that one? Is that one, chat? Right there. That's actually crack up, I reckon. Bro. Jack Starmity reckons, bro. What's your thoughts on Auntie Alicia Walsh? Hey, fam. Is this for the radio station thing, bro, or your own thing now? Beanie, it's, well, according to the statement, this is my own thing. So, yeah, when no one's at the station, I don't have headphones on to listen to the producer. Shout out to the producer. He's got me notes sorted. So, I'm just running the ball. We're just running it on our own for now, I guess, unless things change. They put out a statement on their Facebook and that, but I didn't get no message saying that we're kicked off. So, like, is that how you do it? Is that a formal telling me? It's not formal way. It's a fake ass telling me what the goes, but it is what it is, chat. It is what it is. Yeah. But show wise, we gotta Well, we gonna keep running the ball no matter what, family. I mean, you fellas are always here all over in the chat, all the different chats. Shout out to you. If you're on like Instagram or TikTok, X, or any other platforms other than Facebook or YouTube, come over to those because YouTube was the most like was where the most engaged like comments are, and not only that, but the program that I'm using to stream it. Like I can see your comments better on that platform. That's all fun, but if you don't want to come over, you don't have to. You do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do, funny.
Hey, hi everyone. George Natai here.
Me. Do what you want to do, funny. All good. Cheers, everybody. Big love, funny. Hope you all had a mean day. We continue the journey, funny. We continue the journey. We for the people anyway. You know, all day, always for the people. And sometimes when you're for the people, they might not think so, and that's okay too. Hey, life's a journey, fam. We all learning out here, chat. We all learning it. 100. I'm learning daily, baby. Our first guest will be joining us in a couple of minutes. It'll be Hannah Tamaki, and then we have Seymour after in the second hour, just like every Tuesday. Seymour and Tama Singh. Hannah is running for Papakura, which is it's going to be an interesting little race out there in Papakura. I'm on YouTube, Matthew Wilson. Let's go. Shout out Matthew Wilson, brother. Shout out YouTube, bro. Now you are free, says Kiwi Kali. Hey, we all free, man. We all free. Come on now. And that's the thing, bro. We do live in a beautiful country, you know. We are very. To everybody, Lenny, how you, my man? The way, bro. Them fellas drag you down. Nah, don't let nobody drag you down, fam. Just keep going, keep pushing, day by day, eh? Kia kaha, Lenny, too, bro. Back to you. Sounding much better today, Mary Williman says. Much love to you and Uncle Auntie Mary. Auntie Mary and her husband been together 50 years, whānau. And she reckons to me the secret, 50 years, the secret is having a big wooden spoon, she reckons? Nah. And then our uncle reckons, what do you say? She's always right, he reckons. What about you fellas? I'm on Papakura Beanie 6375 says, who do I vote for? Wait, it's not up to me to tell you who to vote for, cuz. It's your choice. You know, freedom of speech, freedom of choice. Freedom to vote how you like, cuzzy. And well, if you want to have a stay and have a listen to Hannah Tamaki, maybe she's the one that you might like to vote for. You make your own choices, brother. I ain't your daddy. Can't buy my cuz. Let's get a donation stream going, guys, to support the work they are doing. I'm sure every little dollar will go a long way. Hey, brother, just being here is a blessing, brother. Straight up. Big love. 100. Her party is Vision New Zealand. Yeah, they've run in elections before. Just if you got any good questions, put them in the chat finally. We can ask her Hannah when she comes on. So we got you the whole night, eh? No radio commitment. Yeah, new media. That's us. We run it that way. It is what it is. Freedom fighter. It is what it is, my brother. All day, my brother. 100. We keep pushing, baby. Yeah. Since when do we let things get us down? Don't let it get us down. We just carry on, eh? We carry on, but us. I just gotta put a little tag in there. It's the big David Seymour on today. Yeah, but every Tuesday, David's on. 100%. Yeah, if you got any gripes with him, you wanna bloody tell him what's up, put it in the chat, brother. Tell him. I'll ask the questions, guys. All day. Any pre-recorded interviews today? Me and Tani, we did Fight Cap. Remember the old Fight Cap? Yeah, we did Fight Cap. Are you going to take the 7 to 10 or nah? Oh, apparently it's off the table. I don't know if you've seen the latest statement. Go check my latest video that I just posted, brother. And then, they might answer a few part-time. Bro, you deserve funding from any organization. You tell all the truth. Some people don't like it, but thank you so much for your honesty. It's all good, brother. Just it's all good. All love, all love. Hey fam, just gonna get our guest in here. Can you hear me, Hannah? Hello, hello, hello. No. Papakura. What's Papakura? What do you mean? Might have to give a bit of a text here. Might be busy. Nanny duties, eh? Nanny duties. See you. I'll try Michael. Michael. What am I doing here? Oh, that's what we're doing, eh? Over there, over there, over there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Oh, shit. I am sorted. Getting sorted. Oh, getting sorted. Okay, ready when you is. I'll wait till she comes back on, maybe then, eh? Wait, this is Buzzy fam because you know how I can like usually go. Oh yeah, I'll be back. Just gotta cut to a good break now. There's no break, eh? So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just wait till Auntie Hannah is ready when you is. I told her. Moist deep. Trying to get my camera going. Oh yeah, can't wait. Well, let's see if we can get your audio going. What about your audio? Can you hear us? Oh. Broadcasting live. Maybe a live of how two lahos treated you throughout the duration of you being with I can hear you or you can hear me. Maybe leave and come back. If you're trying to do it on a computer, try do it on your phone. Like phones always seem to be the easiest ones to work better if the computer's playing up. Hannah's going to get 1 million votes at the election. I don't even know if there's 1 million people in Papakura, but there you go. 1 million votes, they reckon. 1 million votes. Croydon, Philly Wilson, how you, my brothers? This one cracked me up. Oh, yeah. Afternoon caretaker. This one cracked me up. Alfano, maybe a live of how the two lows treated you throughout the duration of being on radio. Aotearoa. Live from Kaitaia. Let's go, Kaitaia. Shout out to the KTA. Koroia. That's how they call it up there. Koroia. You know what would be cool to do here in Kaitaia? It'll be actually cool to do an actual sit down with like a Kone Haruiro or something would be cool. I think it would be cool, you know, like these two. He'd probably tell me to get stuffed. Oh, actually, I'm not already anymore. He'd probably tell me to get fucked. But I don't understand. But it'll be like, you know, like sit down and have a yarn. Oh, bro, you can plug and play some local music. Well, I can play some music now. Oh, I got a speaker here, G. Oh, let's go chat. Let's play some music. Sorry, I just like day one. I just like found out that I'm not gonna be on, so wasn't really that prepared for now. But 1 million white people votes. They should get up to Red Hill. All right, let's try this. Funny. So you can crack it. Play some beats. Play some music. It's a reggae music. Doop, doop, doop. Play and the R&B. I can actually play music, chat. Can go. It's like back to live streaming. The only thing though is when I play music, then YouTube gives us the demonetize. Oh, here we go.
We're here.
After 4 generations, she has returned. No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, sweet. Can you hear me?
Yep, can't wait.
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Well, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Shubz, and today's guest is Hannah Tamaki. Joining me now is Vision New Zealand's leader, Hannah Tamaki, who has been out on the ground knocking on doors and talking directly with the people across Papakura. We hear plenty about what the polls and politicians say, but what are the people actually saying on their doorsteps, Hannah?
Well, I think everyone realises that they're all saying it's the cost of living. They're all talking about the struggles that they're having. And in Papakura, a lot of them are talking about all these multi-storey buildings that are being built in their neighbourhoods. and they're feeling that the water pressure and the pipe pressure, there's lots of pressures on. And when you, I mean, I've lived in Papakura for 10 years, so obviously I've seen a lot of the development over the time. And you just see that a house goes and then there's like 4 or 5 different buildings go up, and you're obviously looking at where there may have been a family of 6. There could be 20 people on that section. So there must be some strain on all the things happening around the neighbourhood. I just went past mine yesterday when I picked up my milkers from primary school. Another house got demolished, and they said that there's going to be 4 townhouses there. The other thing is parking is terrible. So you think 4 townhouses, maybe 2 cars each. That means the parents, when they go to drop off and pick their children up, where are they going to park? It's quite rugged, actually.
Well, I guess for people too that don't know who you are, can you give us a little whakapapa on yourself? Should have went there first, probably.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've never actually been on your show before.
Yeah.
So I've seen others, and I do watch you, and, hey, Total could do what you're doing, and good on you for speaking up the way that you speak. Not everyone's going to agree with you. Do I know that? Yeah, 100%. I know that. Not everyone's going to like you. Yeah, 100%. I know that. But you know what? You just got to keep on treading on and row your own walk your own walk. And I suppose, okay, so I was born in Tukuroa. I have a European father. That's where I get my really grey hair from, and a Māori mother. My mother left our home when I was like 6. Dad raised 4 of us by himself. So I know what a single parent home looks like, but with a father.
Solo dad.
Yes, solo dad.
That wouldn't have been a common thing back in those days, eh?
No, not common at all. We'd go to school and people would be talking about their mums, and we'd be saying, we haven't got a mum. And they'd go, everyone's got a mum. And we go, well, our mum left. And because we were quite dark Māori kids, we're always out in the sun. And our dad was very fair with white hair like this. He went white like this at 35. So I always look forward to going white because I just wanted to be like my dad. And so people didn't believe that was my dad. And, so you had the discrimination against European people seeing a white man with these brown kids. And then you see Māoris, this white man with brown kids, and people it couldn't compute to them. But Dad taught us to be very positive, to be encouraging. He never, ever said a bad word against our mother. So I've got 12 siblings I don't really like saying it in a bad way, but I have got 12 siblings, and we've got in there, the mix, we've got like 6 different dads. So I've got a blended mixed family, but we don't treat each other like half brothers and sisters.
All siblings, eh?
Yeah, we're all siblings, and we all love each other.
Like, when did you reconnect with your mum? So she obviously left, and how old are you when she leaves?
Well, my mum's been gone now for 14 years.
Oh no, I meant left the home.
She left the home, and when I was 6, going on 7, and I had a younger brother and 2 older siblings, a brother and a sister. And my older sister was 12 at the time. My brother was maybe just going on 10. Of course, I'm going on 7. And then we had a 5-year-old brother.
When did you reconnect with her then? So from 5 to 7, how old were you?
Not for a few years, because she actually went on and had another family of 3 siblings, which, we all can get. And then another sibling later on. But, the neat thing about it is that none of us ever held an issue. Actually, all of us were raised by our fathers.
That's crazy. So, and your dad, how long until your dad got another partner, or did he never?
He never did.
Whoa.
He raised us 4 children. He never did. We had an older brother that was my dad had adopted in his first marriage. Then he met my mum, and my mum already had 2 children. So those are 2 of the 12. And they were raised by our grandparents, our Nana and Kuro. So they were raised in Mangakino, which was only 23 kilometres from Tukuroa. So we would see each other when we'd go and see our grandparents, and then they would come and visit us. So when I see disjointed families and solo families, I actually get it, because I've been in it. And people look at us now and they think, they would never understand. But I think the aroha.
What's held it together for you more? Is that what's made you strive to keep your family solid, because of knowing what it's like?
I think it has, and all of us have been very strong in raising our families and loving them, and we understood there was, there's other complications in the 40s and 50s with our parents and our grandparents, but I've got to be thankful for an amazing father, very loving, caring, raising these 4 little brats by himself. He taught us lots of things. That's why I love gardening. I love animals. Taught us how to fix things, chop kindling, carrying wood. So hard work does not I'm not worried by hard work. Actually, I think it's probably what gives me the strength to keep going. And I think too that the more you work, the more you get your body working, I think the younger you actually can be, because your muscles are still stronger and you don't think you're old. I mean,
Well, keep
I'm
moving,
65. You keep, you sort of, people, you say 65 and people look at you and I'm like, yeah, but I don't feel it and I'm not going to act it. I'm going to continue to just do all that I can. So, yeah.
And then obviously, so Tokoro, the upbringing. What was the upbringing like? You just grew up there. Is that where you meet the great Brian Tamaki? Is it over there in Tokoro?
Yes, well, the thing is, the timber town of Tokoro, my father was a foreman of the box factory, Edmund Box Factory down there. People might know, some Tokoro people might know where the Trees Tavern was. We had a house on the corner. We lived down the lane, then we moved up. But so what happened was in 1970, 1970, Brian's family moved from Te Awamutu to Tokoroa. He came to find me, obviously. And then I went to school with his 2 younger brothers. So Douglas and I were the same age, and God rest his soul, he's been gone for nearly 10 years. And then his other brother, Michael, is a year older than me. And then Brian was the same age as my brother, Thomas. So we sort of lived close to each other, saw each other, my friends and his friends, brothers and sisters. So we sort of all mingled together. So Brian and I have been together since I was 15, a long, long time. That's 50 years, my friend, 50 years.
Wow, 50. What's been the key to 50 years of success? Like, obviously, 50 years still deep, still madly in love and all that stuff. What's the key for all those people out there wanting to keeping it ticking over that period?
Well, you've got to fight through the challenges, and hey, there's been lots of challenges. And when they, like the police say that he's a violent person, I'm probably more violent than he's ever been in his life. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell people. I'm probably the wild one out of the pair of us. You know what? In a book he did, The Life of Brian, or what was it? But I've got to look anyway.
Yeah.
And it talks about me trying to stab him with a knife. I chased him around the house, and he shut the door, and I put the knife right through the door. So that's how ferocious a wife he had. I'm not like that now. I'm different now. But,
you grew up.
I grew up. I probably was only 21 at the time, or 22. But so you get frustrated. But I'll tell you how that came about. My mum, with the husband before her last husband, she was pregnant with my the younger sister, and they had a domestic, and then my mother stabbed him. She actually stabbed her husband. He lived. And so when Brian and I had a little disagreement, he'd say, okay, then why don't you stab me like your mother? And I'll go, okay, then. And then he just kept being cheeky. So I grabbed the knife, and he kept being cheeky. So I chased him around the house. He shut the door, and I put the knife right through the door. So do people know? People probably don't know that. But that was probably in about 79, something along those lines.
Life's the journey, yeah. Life's the journey.
But I've learned to be an overcomer, and I've learned to control myself. My ferociousness.
Hopefully.
Lucky for some.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and so obviously you go on this journey, and then you're not in Christ and all of that stuff at the time when you.
No. It was just before that, really, and then in 1979, April 79. we're at Turanga Waiwai at a hui there with the Apostolic Church. Brian's parents had become Christians. Brian's father was, a big drinker. My dad had just been diagnosed with bowel cancer, so you can imagine how heartbroken I was. But you know what? As a little girl, we used to go to Sunday school, and I used to pray that prayer every night. If I die before I wake, I pray, oh God, my soul you'll take. I've said it right every day since I was a little girl, and so when I did bad things, I'd be so sorry and I'd ask God to forgive me. And then
when you
I'd
put
go
the knife in the door.
and then I'd go off and do my own thing the next day and then say the same prayer. But at this hui, of course, our daughter was born prematurely. They told us that she wasn't going to make it. My dad was just diagnosed with bowel cancer. His prognosis wasn't very good. So someone like me, I just became very heartbroken. I actually suffered from asthma. So all these things made me press more into God. So we went to this hui. Somebody talked about giving your life to Jesus. So I decided I'm going to get up. Brian was like, we're both sitting at the back because Brian's parents took us, and he tried to stop me from going. And I give them, because my surname was Lee, Hannah Lee. So I did the old Bruce Lee thing, boom, let me just get lost. I'm going up the front to give my life to Jesus, whether you like it or not. And then about 5 minutes later, Brian shows up too. And I'm looking at him like, you better not be doing this because of me. You better be doing it because of you. And he said, yes, I want to do it. And because we were fighting like cat and dog, actually, Muhammad Ali and Cassius Clay. And I think I was acting like Muhammad Ali. I thought I was the winner. Even we were milking at the time, and I would turn the high pressure hose on him if he got me mad. So he's learned to cope with some pretty tough things through his life. I helped mold him. I helped him get stronger. I helped him to be an overcomer, and he helped me too.
True that. And obviously now, and how long have you been in South Auckland? And now you said
We've been in Auckland for 28 years. 28 years. And of course, we've worked with people for 47 years. We've been married for 46 years, coming up to 47 years. So we've worked with people. And I think too, my upbringing and Brian's upbringing, where we saw lots of struggle in our family, domestic things, a lot of drinking, a lot of partying. Me with a dad that was, working hard to raise his children. When we gave our lives to God, we realized that there were things. I'm going to just quickly grab a picture and show you.
Yeah.
This is a picture of my dad with us.
Holy Ricky, he's all way blacker than me. He's a lot blacker than the bird.
Yeah.
What's Dad's name?
Basil.
Hey, Basil.
Yeah, and that my sister's in behind my brother Thomas, and Richard that my dad is holding, and I'm standing there. I've obviously cut my fringe with the big scissors. But Richard, my younger brother, he is also a half brother. So Richard's dad, my mum left my dad for a while, and she went off and she had, she came back and had Richard. When she left my dad, he raised Richard.
Oh,
So,
what a soldier.
I tell you, and this is why I realize that unconditional love is very important. And when people think we don't love, I've seen love, I've experienced love, I've seen it demonstrated to me, I've had it taught to me. And this man Basil was just absolutely an amazing champion, and he never ever treated my brother any differently to us. He was actually, to be honest, he was spoiled.
He got better.
Yeah, and sadly, my brother Richard passed 10 years ago of prostate cancer. And then I had to sort of nurse him. I was like his mother, so 3 years difference, and I sort of mothered and smothered him from the day that my mum left. And all of our siblings know that how close Richard and I were. I fought his battles for him, and I suppose that's what made me tougher, because people would tease him because he was, blacker than us, darker than us. We used to think I was jealous of him. and they would say, "That's not your sister," and then I'd go in and I'd go, "I'm her sister. How dare you?" And so I would defend him all the time, and whenever he had struggles, and I think too, deep down inside, he always knew that he was not my dad's, but dad just loved him so much. And then as he got older, my mum actually told him who his dad was. He went up north and um, he met his dad, he met his other siblings that are younger than him, and they connected, which was lovely. And we got to meet them, sadly, only at Richard's passing. But we've kept that aroha to each other's families, which has been wonderful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, how many times have you done this politics thing?
Yeah. Since
All that?
2020. This is my third time. I actually
Okay.
always said I'm
Okay,
only going to do 3. So what
Okay.
happened was the first time I went on the Māori roll, and because we lived in Rotorua in the
Yeah.
Waiariki for 9.5 years and worked with people there, I thought, you know what? I'll go down to Waiariki. I'll work with the people down there. I'm not Māori enough. I think I am. But
you're not.
but they don't think I am. But that's okay, because you look at our the makeup in our church. It's probably 95% Maori. So obviously I'm Maori enough for them. And then that was really good. I enjoyed that because you know what? It was during the COVID stuff, and I would be able to drive my car in and out. My Vision New Zealand car in and out. So when Auckland was in shutdown, I was able to drive. They go, "Hello, Mrs. Tamaki. Oh, don't listen." And so what I would do is I'd fill up my car, like I'd have 3 in the back and 1 in the front, and we'd be waving past the soldiers because I was allowed to go in and out of Auckland and into Rotorua.
The
And
campaign.
man, I had a ball. I loved it. To be honest, I had more fun doing that. I went to all the debates. I went to all the huis. I even had a check to go along to the fundraiser that the Te Pati Māori were holding somewhere because somebody invited me, and I said, Jen, I think when they saw me, they got the shock. But the thing is, I relate to anybody. So yeah, and I think, to be honest, Rawiri and I got on quite well, and I wasn't surprised that I didn't win. But the thing is, I said to everybody, God owes me nothing. I owe him everything. So when I put my hand up to something, I will give my all, and then hey, Katie Pie, it's okay. If I don't get it, I don't mind, because I know I've put my best foot forward. And to me, that's all that matters, that you're integral to you, and to what you're working to. And then the next time I thought, oh, well, I'm in Auckland working with South Auckland. I'll stand in Tamaki Makaurau. But I didn't do that either. But I went to all the debates. I showed up every day. Hey, I loved it. And didn't I care? I mean, I was getting knocked and criticised, and because of probably the hard shell that I've got through growing up and seeing all these things in life, half the things people say, I don't really care. It doesn't hurt me. I'm not. And the other thing is, I suppose too, people might know, because I'm very strong on my faith. I say to people, hey, they can't crucify me. They can criticize me. They can run me down. They can call me names. Actually, someone called me an old witch. Someone said she's an old slag. Someone said, I'm all these things. And I'm like, oh, well, at least you acknowledge me. You must know who I am, but I don't know who you are. So do I care? Do I care? No.
So what did those 2 campaigns teach you, like, to help you for this run in 2026?
It taught me that just you showing up, you being available, you speaking your truth, you sharing. And I think, I've got so much life experience as being a great grandmother. So I've got 10 grandchildren, 5 boys, 5 girls, 3 children we've got, all married. So I've got 10 grandchildren, 5 boys, 5 girls. Now I've got 6 great grandchildren, 3 boys and 3 girls. Just had the last one last Wednesday. The latest one was born. He's in Australia with his dad Giovanni and his mum Kaya, and an older brother Cairo. So of course I watched his birth online. Actually, to be honest, I've been at most of my grandchildren's births. One was a cesarean. I was waiting outside the door. One was during COVID, so I couldn't get in to see him. But all the other 8, I've been there, right there with their mum. Actually, the first one, our eldest granddaughter, Eden, I practically shoved the midwife out of the way and I took over. So I was the first hands that ever touched her, the first person that ever embraced her, the first person that bathed her. Then I gave her to her mum, you know. but our family are very baby orientated. We're very loving. We're very affectionate. Actually, to be honest, we have to line up for the baby, and thankfully, I always get the first cuddle, and then Brian, and then everyone else has a cuddle. But we are we're very affectionate to the babies. We are that village, we are that tribe, we are that embracing whānau. We on our page, we're always watching all the pictures. And the latest little one, Angelo Giovanni Tamaki, Giovanni is his dad. Giovanni's dad's name is John, so Giovanni is Italian for John. Well, he's got a dimple right here, and our middle daughter Jamie has got a dimple right there. So they've got this little connection. So hopefully I'm going to get over there for my snuggle. His Nana, our eldest daughter Jasmine, of course, she works over there. She does fly in and fly out. Now, you know what? She's got an amazing story because she, at 40, was diagnosed with one of the most aggressive breast cancers that you can get. So, we're 7 years on and she is an overcomer. She's had a full mastectomy. She's had so many treatments and stuff like that. But I believe her faith, her courage, and the support that she's had from other people, not just from her own whānau, but her own whānau are very, very strong in our faith and in our encouragement. She's doing amazingly well. So you've got these, you lose people in life, you pray for people in life. It was really hard for me when I lost my younger brother, Richard, because that was like a son to me. It was really difficult. So, of course, when Jasmine was diagnosed, it was like, man, I'm not losing you. And we all fought and she fought. And sometimes she'd have to ring her dad up and get him to give her, a talk. And then she'd come around for a cuddle. Because just sometimes you just need your family just to love on you during those tough times.
Do you have any policies you fellas got on the table, or what's okay?
Yeah, well, we've got it. If you check out our website, there are quite a few things in there. But, we're looking, what can we do to bring relief to Kiwi families, of course? And we've always said Kiwis citizens vote, residents don't. Now, we've been saying that since 2020, so it's good to see other parties actually say that now. But you know what? One thing I really would love? I would love the taxpayers to stop funding alcohol for MPs. When they go up to
What do you mean?
I know that they get their dinners and their, entertainment and everything paid for. That's fine. But I reckon, why should we be paying for alcohol? They should
I see what you mean. So those functions shouldn't be taxpayer-funded alcohol.
Pay their own alcohol.
I don't mind this.
Because you know what? A lot of whānau can't afford alcohol. A lot of them used to drink more, but they've had to cut down. And then here's the old politicians out there on their campaigning or whatever they're doing, having a good old nosh up. I don't care about them having a kai, but I think, why should taxpayers pay for their alcohol? So
that's probably something most people don't think about, is that they go to these functions and then they get their alcohol provided for.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I know. Hey, I'll be hated for that, but that doesn't matter.
The politicians probably say it's a social lubricant, Hannah,
Yeah, no, well, you can pay your own. Pay for something yourself, and that proves that you're there for the right reason, not just for a sipping. But anyway, I suppose too, because I'll tell you something.
Yep.
I haven't drank since I was 18, since I actually became a Christian. But my dad was a home brewer, and so as little kids, he would make home brew. We would help him put the beer into the bottles. We would help him put the corks on. And then every time he did a big batch of beer, which would probably be about 20 crates because we had a big keg. So I know all about beer. I know what it smells like and everything. And he would make stout. He would make beer. He would make ginger beer. Now, sometimes we didn't know where he would hide the ginger beer amongst the crates because it was all in beer bottles. So we would open one bottle from each crate and we'd have a swig to see if that was the ginger beer crate. And so, and then he'd have stout, which is the dark drink with the malt and stuff. And and he would add raspberry to it. And we would have a drink of that when he wasn't looking. So, and then my sister started tipping us little wee portions according to our age. So, yeah, I started drinking at a young age, and so I gave up at a young age. And the reason that I don't drink now is because we help so many people with drinking issues that we never, and we bring lots of people to our home. Sometimes we can have 30, 40 people come to an event at our home, dinner, barbecue. And we never ever wanted them to go to our fridge and see alcohol. Our children never saw alcohol in the home. And because when people are struggling, you could give them a license to carry on with the vice that's actually robbing them, or hey, domestic violence, waste of money for them, that people can't afford it, those sorts of things. So we chose not to. Now, we don't say in Destiny Church no one's allowed to drink, but we make it clear to them that we do not, and we tell them why. And then a lot of them over the last probably 10, 15 years, you'll see them saying 15 years sober, 20 years sober, 20 Christmases down, not drinking, but that had changed the way that they relate with the people that, you know, they're having Christmas with. I'm going to give you some time to speak because I can chat away easily. So I'll take a break.
Yeah, well, we've got about 4 minutes, and
Okay.
I just want you know, why are people? Obviously, you're running Vision Papakura, right? Are you running candidates in any other seats?
Yeah, Papatoi, we're running Carl, and we're running in the South Island. Naomi McLean, we're running her in the South Island. We're not going to do so many this time. We're just going to.
You're saying you're talking Carl Mokaraka, the man over the fence.
Carl, he's well known. Carl, he wanted to, and then the others, we just said, you know what, we're just going to focus here. Now, I'm on the general role this time.
Yeah. So why should people on the general role give you that candidate tick, or what are you thinking?
Hey, give me 2 tips. Vote Vision if you want to. You know,
why though? Give us your elevator pitch.
Well, the thing is, I live in Papakura. This is not. I'm not a ringin. I'm not put here just because I want to go. I'm not a ringin. I live here. I shop here. People see me. I have meetings here. I've watched this community. When people talk about the empty shops, yes, but I've actually seen some of the shops now being redone. So I've seen the shops. I walk the street. I know people. I can walk into the dry cleaning shop, the laundromat down there. They'll say, "Hi, Hannah. Is it dry cleaning?" "Yes, thank you." So I can walk in. People know me. The fish and chip shop down here, Gumpy's. Walk in. "Hi, Hannah. You want some fried bread?" So I'm not a ringin. I'm a local. And you know what? I don't need a ticket there. I will continue to say my message whether I'm in or whether I'm not. But I do want to represent Papakura. I love Papakura. I live here. 2 of our grandchildren have homes here. 2 of our children go to a primary school here in Papakura. Our roots are down in Papakura. If they're looking for somebody that will represent them, somebody with experience around family, all the things that we work through, then maybe Hannah Tamaki is the girl for you.
Hey, the girl.
Oh, well, you know what? The female, the woman, the lady.
What? Oh, there's one. Hannah, what is a woman?
Oh, a woman is actually somebody who can give birth to a baby and breastfeed her baby without any other help, and also has a womb, doesn't have. I always say to people, they go, men have got nuts. I go, yeah, well, women have got chestnuts. So let's put it that way.
Chestnuts, eh? Women have chestnuts. All right, then. Anything else you want to leave the people with before you get out of here?
I just want to say, keep enjoying Shubz. Every now and again, I'll give Shubz a little hello, how are you? And I think that he's doing a great job. I want all the best for you, Shubz. Succeed in whatever venture you put your hand to do from now on.
No, and all the best for the campaign. Who knows? I've started doing these little walk and talks for YouTube where I just go for a little walk with different candidates. Maybe if you're up for it, I might come for a little walk and talk and just film it and have a yarn.
More than welcome, because I probably walk around the streets of Papakura at least 4 times a week. You ask
Oh,
me,
let's go. We'll make it
even
happen.
in my gumboots, mate. Even in my gumboots.
All right, then get the gumboots ready.
My
We'll be there.
gumboots. If I'm in the garden and I've got to go downtown, I get in the car and I go in my gumboots.
All right, then. I'll look forward to the journey. All the best, then we'll catch you soon.
Awesome. Thank you. God bless.
If you are listening to this and you want to join the conversation, maybe you want to even follow both of us. It's Hannah Tamaki all across social media, but myself, Shubz Live as well. Appreciate you. Oi, fam, you know what's crazy? I forget that I don't have to cut to a break. We're gonna get fam. This is our new mission. Get some sponsors so I can play some ads on here. Obviously, you can get a bread and a milk from it, but also so I'm just so used to, because I've been doing this is 92nd day, so I did 91 days of like having to cut to an ad break to the weather, to the song, whatever that was playing on radio, and now my whole brain is used to that. No, crack up. Anyway, so if anyone out there wants to sponsor, if you're a little brand or something and you wanna sponsor the show, we're gonna do this online every day. It'll be a podcast. We'll put it up, and you can do some reels. Reach out to, actually, this email will be the best. Coming up next will be the bro Dave. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't see your message, my brother. Oh, Musty's kill. Far out, fam. So me should be Big Seymour should be on in a second. I'll give him a text and see where he's at. See where old Big Seymour's at. Yep. Yeah. Avoid Kuda. Awesome, thank you, Ruth. Hey, shout out to all you on the chats, the different chats all across the socials. Replying, Irana Apere Hama, you done well, brother. Thank you for allowing Hannah to share and speaking without talking over. Everyone gets a shot to have a yarn. Like, I'm not gonna treat her any different. Well, why would I? It make no sense. Moko Mokai sign, chuck them on. What you talking about? I'll stick to the berry, see if he's there. How far about that? Bruh. I think that like stinkers part about being sick is that like there's however long you got to keep that bloody all that phlegm for, bro. Did you see Alicia Walsh all over socials? To te reo, is that whole psychic thing? Is it the one? The whole psychic? Stop wiping your nose with your hands. Oh, like this? Doing that? Nah, it's not wiping. It's itchy, brother. Like the inside of my nose. From need to trim the old stash, brother. Yeah. Yes, did she? I roll him before he even asked the question. Oh yeah, brother. Ask, cuz hearty. All day, brother. Glad to see you on. We're getting concerned about you. Nah, we on, fam. We're gonna stop jumping on. We got a show to do. Oh yeah, all day, brother. Shubz, what did the boss say about you? Oh, thank you. I love how you are willing to open up conversations with anybody, member, etc. It's really refreshing. Amanda, Joy, Frederick. Yeah, why not? Yeah, bro, love your corridor. I hope all as well. Charlene Kahui, then where Charlene? Far out. Yeah, just waiting for the break. I don't know, because I'm used to like, oh yeah, cut to a break, and then we'll just there's no breaks to cut to. Hey, I'm gonna get used to this, cuz I mean I can talk to the cows come home, but I just gotta get used to it. Because I was like, oh yeah, I better, and I'm used to like having producer in my ear. No, I don't have to because it's just online. See what the bear is. How far, brother? Must be still in a hui. I suppose I'll read some news, you know. There's a bit of news going on around here. Some comments actually. Let me go back to some of these beautiful comments. Finally, scroll up. Seymour should be on his way. I mean, she's here. And we got Kayla Marie Tour saying beautiful wife, mum, nanny, great grand, great nanny, queen. Hashtag. Kia ora. Kia ora. Tanya Penny say Hannah Tamaki 100 integrity and extensive knowledge and experience. Kia ora. What we got here? Loves up Etifano. We're still on radio frequencies, uplifting vibes. Well, we're not on the radio, we're just on the internet. We're on the internet on the internet, cool. I think I'm more of a nut job than Hannah, so I don't think so. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, real one, brother. Oh, there's been a bit of anger in the chat over here too. Eh? Reading some of these comments, finally, some people getting angry. Oh, where's the angry family? Well, what happened to you? Kia ora. Matua Rocky said, you're an awesome muso. True. Who's that? Matua Rocky. Who's that? Who's talking about? Matua Rocky. Who's talking about? What's for tea, Margie? I don't even know, Joseph. Where's the bro Seymour? Yeah. Still coming, G. Still coming, brother. we were pumping. I would have just kept down to here if the bro wasn't there. Actually, that's a lesson found out. Okay, if the time is still like if they're still going, we'll keep them there. Eh? Like because I don't have to cut to breaks at the moment because we got no sponsors because we just got kicked off radio. I'll keep the guest in the box if they still want to talk, unless they have to go until the next one comes, because then I'm not sitting here, like, oh, choo. Got any kōrero on the kaupapa about Pukekohe unmarked graves, bro? I don't know, Charlene. Anybody know about these? Got any kōrero on the kaupapa about Pukekohe unmarked graves? K Kingy, love your mahi, bro. Big mihi to you. Fifth Ace, would you hit up Hannah for a sponsor or nah? Some funds rolling. I'll leave it up to the old producer. He can. She created some packages and out there. So if you know any, I don't know, small businesses, they want to promote on the show, up to them. And again, if you do want to promote with us, just know that you can't be like, okay, now that we give you some put there to promote our little brand or whatever, can you please talk about this or that? We'll talk about your brand, but fine, you're not gonna tell me what to say or how to be, because it's just not gonna work, cousin. It's not gonna work. Been trying to say chuck on your music, give Shubz a break. Oh, chuck on the music, yeah, but I was waiting. I don't know where the birds. Maybe I should go. Still coming, brother. Might be in the funny. Are they sitting today in Parliament? Are they in Parliament today? I don't even know. Should probably know if they're in Parliament or not. Yeah. Should probably know, fam. Too mean, bro. Avon's Butchery. Oi, that's one there. Fam, if you see Avon's, it's at the brother. We'll see. Who wants to be our first sponsor? Who out here wants to be our first sponsor, Friday? Give you a good play. Give you a good play, Fano. Who want to be first sponsor? Give you a good play, man. Give you a good play. Kia ora. I hope all is well. Rubes. Up the Rubux. Rubux all day. Not the Rubux. Rubux Cube. Waiting for old just waiting for our Falingo, old Davey. See you in the brew. He must be busy. Usually always in there, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Where's me producer at? Heard from Dave's people. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe we're seeing less today. I'm glad to hear you can't be bought. No, well, like I said, if you want to be our first ever sponsor, which I'll do a little ad. Hey, would you like to be our first ever sponsor on Shubz Says So? No, but actually though, you can sponsor if you want. Fun. Then we head up Karina. She got the packages chat actually. So put the email on me. Email me here, and then I can forward it over to her. But yeah, if you are like, yeah, we'll do that. What'd she say? But the only thing is, you can't tell me what to say, cause unless we're like talking about your brand, I guess. But I mean, of course. But otherwise, me, if it's like that, sorry, you're definitely resilient, brother Shubz. Tuki pere nara chidakas. The morning, everything was all good. Locked in all the topics since then. Oh, maybe something's happened. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Does anybody know if they're in Parliament today? Today, because the bro might have got caught up if so. It has happened before, and he came on late before, but now we got all the time in the air. Anyway, buy a lotto Powerball ticket, not to buy a lotto. Sponsor for what, brother? No. So the show. So we're gonna do the show as a podcast, and obviously the caliber of people that come on in terms of like influence or whatever that come on the show, and especially the guests that we slated to get on. Trying to work on getting all the big Goldilocks on. Mr. Bomb, Donald Trump, a few others from even over America. Just trying to make it quite a broad show in terms of the demographic that come on. And yeah, if you wanted us, anybody that wants to sponsor and put a little ads in here instead of, and so break so I don't have to talk the whole time, then can do a guest and this is proudly sponsored by Ruby. No. Yeah, so I don't know, we got packages anyway. Just hit up that email bar, Shubz Live, Shubz Live Gmail, that one. Was it that? Oh yeah, that one. Pinned in the chat. Find out. Where is it? Put it on the screen, cousin. Yeah. Hit that one up. Gee, that one there. Oh, I should have wrote it. Karina, check your messages. Oh, check my messages. This morning was all good. That one you just sent me. No, I don't know. I texted the bro, but it delivered. Must be busy. Yeah, all good anyway. Well, Tama Singh will be on in like a couple of minutes anyway, so we're still to Tama Singh. I'm gonna ask the bro about old Toba the Supernova O'Brien. Any questions, fam? Ask some questions. Can't just be talking to myself. I mean, I sort of am, mate. Oh hell! Oh, to what do we owe the pleasure, my mate?
Kia ora!
Kia ora! Jimothy! Come save the day. How are you, my man?
Kia ora, brother. Kia ora to all your listeners.
That's been a while,
Do you call them listeners now, cuz? I don't want to state the obvious, but...
Oh, no. Whānau, brother. Kia ora to all the whānau out there.
What's happening in your world today? It's been a bit of an eventful afternoon.
Got the sack, brother. Got the sack. But the only thing is, I didn't find out I got the sack from like a formal. I didn't get reached out to formally. I just seen it on social media. like me, obviously, I brought out a couple of videos exposing a few things, and then it's got put on social media that I got the sack.
Blasphemous, brother. Blasphemous.
Oh, there we go, brother. 91 days, brother, on radio. Weekly, and boom. Sayonara.
We might have to make you a bit of a Jai Arrow. 98 games for the Rabbitohs, give you another 2 honorary 100 Centurion, eh? Bit of optics. What do you reckon?
Oh. Oh, as long as I don't end up with the motor neuron, cuz, or whatever you got. It'll be ratchet.
Did you catch up with that story, brother? Yeah, so he's on 98 and they're going to give him 2 matches where they're going to name him on the bench and he's going to bring up his century.
But don't you have to go on and play?
They've put some bylaw in place so that they can basically
That's
cut through
the
the
DEI. Yeah, that's the
Hey, talking about DEI, I unreservedly owe an apology to Tana Umanga. If you recall to all the listeners,
Yes.
at the start of his appointment, I
Yes.
come out and said it was absolutely blasphemous that this guy had been given an assistant coach job as the defensive coach of the ABs. I just want to say to all the listeners out there, I retract that statement and I unreservedly apologise to all his whānau and the man Tana.
You know what? Accountability, my man. That's what it's all about. I taking accountability for your actions. That's all I wanted on Radio Aotearoa. But now we're out here on the on this free platform. It's good. It's good to see a bit of accountability from yourself.
Yeah. Well, hey, just on that, what a fantastic weekend of sports. What an amazing weekend. You on Sunday evening, you're messaging me about the Tigers playing the Roosters like it was like something had happened, like an earthquake down in Christchurch had happened again.
Brother, kept the Wars at number 1. I mean, whether they win 1 or 2, I don't really care about no minor premiership. As you stated to me, you're like, oh, well, you really want to win the big one, don't you? and then I was talking to my man Tanera today on Fight Cap, and he said the same thing. Like, who cares about that? Just get the premiership, guys. Hey.
Yeah, I thought the ABs on the high veld were fantastic. I do sense a bit of
You reckon we popped off a bit early? Brother. 3 games.
I'm looking on socials and I'm doing the eye roll Tova O'Brien at the moment at a lot of the fans that are getting ahead of themselves and thinking it's all just going to happen again at Cape Town on Sunday morning. I think we need to pull our head in as a nation, just continue to be humble, go about our business and try and get the job done again. But I think it'll be a lot more difficult on Sunday morning. It won't be easy.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Jimothy.
I mean, the mind games have commenced. Rusty's named his team on a Monday morning at 11:30. He's chopped a few players. He's brought in some players.
Who do you get rid of, bruv?
So Andre Pollard's come onto the bench, which obviously signals that they're going to go to the kick. They're going to go to the 3. They're going to use the post. They're going to incrementally try and grind the ABs into a bit of a hole. Another thing is conditions are going to be a lot different down in Cape Town. I'm expecting perhaps maybe a lot wetter weather down there, potentially.
Okay.
And generally it's more of a heavier pitch, so it's a totally different game. And then you're not at altitude. You're not 1,700 square, whatever it is, above sea level.
1,700 square. But that's the thing. So the breathing is going to be a bit better. The ball's not going to fly as far.
That's it. And I think it'll be more of a physical battle in the trenches. There won't be as much with the ball as there was at Ellis Park, and it won't be that battle of attrition. And I see that they've continued to name the same front row that started the test and demolished us in the first 50 minutes. But conversely, on the other hand, the All Blacks are going to have some enforced changes. Josh Law is going to be out. Ethan de Groot's going to be out. They both obviously saw stars there in about the 35th minute. They both got subs, so they've got to sit out on a 12-day HIA. So you're looking at a Crusaders front row. I'm picking George Bell, get named at loose head. Cody Taylor and Fletcher Newell will probably, in my view, will probably come in, and Tyrell will probably hit the pine for the weekend. I think that's my view.
You're a fan of the old Fletcher, eh?
Yeah, I think he's a solid beast, but no disrespect to Tyrell. I think he's had a fantastic career too in the All Black jersey. He's had a few injuries, but I think it just makes sense to me to play that Canterbury front 3 as a combination. They've had a bit of experience. They've had a bit of experience. Why not lean on that and then bring Tyrell off the bench with half an hour to go, and perhaps Xavier Numia gets the call up at loose head on Sunday morning, because ultimately offers just arrived there, and then the young fella from Otago, who's actually not that young, but he's going to make his debut tomorrow morning. Ma'u,
Hey,
that'll be interesting. Yeah.
brother, what about politics? I know you love a bit of politicking, brother. It's heating up. It's getting closer to. Have you got any predictions yet, or too early? Still too early for the Jimothy?
It's very early. I'm probably closer towards, like, what are we now? Back into August, probably around early October. I'll start to sort of take a position on things, and right now it's very early to call it. Like, I mean, Top obviously looking like the kingmaker at this stage, but once there's more scrutiny comes on their policies and the public start to see them for who they are, a Trojan horse for redistribution of wealth, I think they'll just get uncovered. There just hasn't been enough scrutiny on them. As you quite rightly mentioned, they've been the darlings of media, but slowly but surely we're starting to see who's behind it. And there's been a lot of information out there in the media around who the donors are, the allegiances and the alliances of these donors. Interestingly enough, for the listeners out there, one of the donors has background in the Social Credit Party, which is a very left-wing party back in the early 80s. So do a lot of research on it. I get that the electorate's out there and they're suffering from fatigue. Pepsi hasn't done it for them. Coca-Cola hasn't done it for them. Blue or red, they just want to change, and I get that. So there's that element of it too. But what I'd
There's
encourage people
there's a bit of I'm getting a little bit of feedback here when you're talking. Is the
too, actually.
Oh, you are too?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, it sounds better now. Okay. As you were saying, so they're talking about one of the people that are writing their policies.
I might try and put it on Wi-Fi, brother, and see what happens.
Yeah, give that a go. Give that a go, my mate. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Keep connecting with the Kiwis. Keep talking, bringing the recipients, and stay true to your beliefs and morals. Fuck the haters, Nick Bradfield. Hey, are you Bombers, cousin? Yes, okay. Jimothy is wearing a snorkel.
How's that going?
Oh, way better. The snorkel's gone. You took it off.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I don't know if you caught the interview.
Oh no, it's back. What is going on, Jimothy? It's like you're underwater, brother. Everybody reckons you got the snorkel on. Maybe give this a go. Give it a leave. Come back, because I think it's a very important conversation for the people. Yes, there has not enough dug up on them yet. Follow the money, and it's the first part. Fine print. Here he comes back. Jimothy. Let's see. Has the snorkel gone? Kia ora, Jimothy.
Kia ora.
Oh, it's gone. I don't know what you did.
I think it's coming back again, to be honest. Is it? What's it like?
Oh, it sounds all right at the moment, but carry on.
Okay.
You're talking about the donors or something like that, or the guy or policies or something.
Yeah, just the connection to the donors, to the Top Party. Just have a look under the bonnet. I think everyone that's listening out there, yeah, they're a Trojan horse for. I mean, I just think that this whole their policies are on the back of redistribution of wealth and basically taking from one part of society and giving to the other to try and level the playing field. But really, in essence, what our country needs is we need productivity, we need growth. And without that, we're just kind of moving money around without actually materially changing the economic dynamics of the country. But just going to what I was going to talk to, Shubz, was Tova O'Brien's interview with David Seymour on Monday morning on the breakfast show. I don't know if anyone caught that.
Oh, the old eye roll.
It was unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for politicians, getting put up, but I couldn't help but think, when I was watching that interview, a lot of the just the nature of the interview, Shubz, it was just unbelievable, really. Like the fact that he wasn't even being given an opportunity to articulate his vision, and the questions that were being asked, he was getting cut off continuously. If the listeners out there have a look at that interview closely, you'll see the body language from Tova O'Brien before even responses were formulated. She was eye rolling him. I just thought it was really unprofessional, to be honest. And it's good to see that they're being called out on it. I see David's did a bit of social media on them.
Why are they? Why are they so openly biased? Because it's open, brother. It's not even hidden, that stuff.
See, what I find ironic, Shubs, is when it comes to Tova interviewing Winston Peters, she's so frightened of, him, basically firing back at her. She doesn't offer the same sort of scrutiny. She should have, like, treats David like a whipping boy as such, which entitles you to ask her any questions she want, which she is, but it's the manner in which she asks the questions that I have the issue with. Like, we all have different views on policy and politics for that matter. But I think what must remain is that we respect each other in the conversation. And I didn't see that.
What about this? Leah, Tova is a mini JA. Who's that? Jacinda Ardern?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that she lost a lot of respect in terms of during that COVID-19 pandemic, the pulpit of truth, as they called it. Jacinda would call out her and Jessica Mutch Mackay's name ab nauseum. They basically fronted a lot of the questions around that time, and I think she suffered a lot of bad publicity around that, and rightly so too. I just thought that they kind of abused that time that we're going through as a country.
What about this? Oh, Anaru Matete. It's over with the race-based rhetoric.
See, I
They
don't
love-
know if people caught that interview, but what I can't believe is what, like, the point that David was trying to get to. Take all the politics act party out. Just think about this for a second. The point that he was actually trying to get to is that he doesn't disagree that, like, for example, let's take diabetes, for example, like Māori are overrepresented in diabetes and compared to the other parts of our country, ethnic groups. But does that mean that you're not going to fund European Pākehā diabetes to the level if it's on a case of need, isn't it? It's
It
just,
should be
I,
needs-based, eh? Needs-based.
that's right. I just can't understand this whole thing where it's even a debate, to be honest.
Have you
And
always
it's
been of this ilk? Like, or did you sort of switch up as you got older? Did you progress in your politics or your leanings towards things?
yeah, probably early on, like but it comes down to, I guess, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, by the way, but it just comes down to, I guess, educating yourself and getting a feel for things from both sides of the political aisle, and not just thinking that your way's the right way. It's always about having open conversations with people and learning, because I find that some of the things that, on the left side of politics that they bring forward, some good ideas have come off the back of that. Like, look at Dr. Michael Cullen started up KiwiSaver. If we look in the rear vision mirror of KiwiSaver since he brought that in, it's been a positive for the country. It's sort of put us in a situation where people are putting away a nest egg for their retirement, and that's got to be a healthy thing to take pressure off the taxpayer. As we've seen with superannuation and all that, we're getting older, we're living longer, and it's getting to the point now where it's unsustainable, and calls need to be made around the age, in my opinion, or something needs to be changed. We can't continue to in this vein, because it's on a road to nowhere. We're going to end up broke if we continue to, in my view, fund the superannuation the way it's currently structured.
Okay. Who you think's gonna who you think's gonna get the Jimothy's vote? You don't know yet either. Just wait and see. Wait and see.
Yeah, it's a difficult one right now. It's like there's probably a couple of parties, but as the policies continue to roll out, it's not actually, like, for instance, today, a lot of people are talking about the rates cap. So for the listeners out there, they're wanting to cap rates at, like, for example, let's say if you live in Auckland, for the listeners, Auckland Council, I think their last rate rise was 7.2% here in Auckland. So what the government are proposing is that they'll cap it at 4%, so they'll stop council from raising and above that 4% threshold. But the way I look at it, Shubs, is just optics. It's not going to work, because front page of the Herald today is congestion charges in Auckland. So they might not get you on the rate rise, but they'll get you somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people in Wellington want to make out like they're doing something for you to stop council from running away with your money, but at the same time, they'll just find other ways, And it's like National have come out this week, Shubs, and said they're committing to no new taxes. Or someone asked this question: have they committed to no new levies? You know, you know what I mean? Like Shubz, it's just rubbish, eh?
Hey, Jimothy, stay there because I got my mate Tama in here, and Tama and Jimothy, I feel like you gonna have a good yarn. Tama, how you, my brother?
Yo, good bro, good.
It's my boy Jimothy. I don't know if you know Jimothy, but he we were just talking about how Nationals come out and said no.
Yeah, I've been
more.
listening for like the last. I've been listening for the last 15 minutes. Interesting day and interesting week you've had, bro. Jesus.
Well, we still
First thing I
baby.
saw when I woke. Yeah, first thing I saw when I opened up Instagram yesterday morning, bro, it was like you there in your Darth Vader hoodie, just basically just exposing them all. And I was like, of course this day was going to come. I've always wondered. Like, and I was so surprised that these motherfuckers haven't even been paying you at least $500 minimum a week. Like, minimum, you know?
No, go get on the benefit, bro. Get on the benefit.
Yeah, go bleed the country dry, you know, like.
Go be the stereotype, you.
Yeah. Why do you think we're not called Radio New Zealand? We're called Radio Aotearoa, so do as the Aotearoans do. Mental, bro. But yeah, that's insane. Of course, you knew it was coming. They're going to straight fire you. So
Well, so yeah. Any questions for the Tama, Jimothy?
I guess around what does he think around all the political parties' taxation policies leading into the election? Is anything sort of taken as I guess raised his awareness, and does he think that any of the parties have put some good stuff out there?
Yeah, the main thing here is to always dive deeper than their social media posts, right? You have to go into their policies, really break down the fine print of how they're actually doing no new taxes, where the money's going to come from. But of course, we all know anyone on the left, Labour, Te Pāti Māori, Greens especially, they are going to be taxing people horrendously, right? And eventually this will be problems that we're going to have to deal with 5 or 10 years down the track. Same thing that we're dealing with now after COVID, right? So the biggest thing is that property, mortgages, interest rates affect every single person. And then those are the types of things that affect workers and tenants. So Labour having their capital gains tax just to pay for 3 medical visits, terrible strategy. And then we've got all the other taxes from the Greens that will make people leave the country as well.
And it's not targeted, is it? Like, 3 free doctor's visits could go to Graham Hart. Why does he need a free doctor visit? You know what I mean?
Because that's the rule. So take advantage of it. I'd love to see Graham Hart go into a GP, hold up his Medicard,
Big Dave, what's good here, brother? He's late, but he's here.
I am so sorry. I just didn't look at my calendar, and I can't believe it, because normally I look forward to talking to you all week. I mean, I know it's only Tuesday, but
grateful, brother.
I completely forgot. I'm sorry. Hi, Tama. I saw you
Hey,
there
David.
the other day.
I know. I saw that.
That was my boy Jimothy too.
Jimothy.
Yeah, Jimothy. Around here, he's Timothy. Yeah. But firstly, David, congratulations to the All Blacks. And Jimothy actually earlier in the piece when we started the show, he actually said that Tana Umanga was a DEI hire. He's gone and taken that statement back today. So.
I don't know. I mean, I reckon a DEI for rugby, a DEI hire is if they got someone like me.
A DEI acquisition is New Zealand first trying to bail out Moana Pacifica. Blasphemous.
Yeah, there's that.
We're just talking, David, about the showdown that's happened with Shubz, where some people in this country believe people should just work hard and spread the good word of politics and the hard work that he's done for no pay.
Yeah,
it's very surprising.
Well, I think you only get one chance, one time on Earth, and everyone should just make the most of it in their own way. And if they're not harming someone else, who cares? Good on them.
Yeah. But they told them to just get on the benefit, right, Shubz?
Yeah.
I thought he was on the benefit.
No. What? Shut up, David.
I don't know why. I thought my subconscious bias.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no. Well, we did say that before. I said, yeah, go fit the stereotype. We said that before.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
The
I was gonna
subconscious
say,
bias.
Dave, are you at the St. Heliers on Friday night? First time I was gonna try and make it to one of you guys' rallies.
Oh, I'm not, but you should still go. I think it's Paul Henry and James
James
Christmas will
Christmas.
be an awesome
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
when's
This is
that? When's that this week?
6:30 on Friday.
Yeah, there you
Ooh,
go.
okay.
Hang on, let me bring
Hold on,
it
I was
up
gonna.
on-
How much is it? I was gonna see if the benefit pays enough.
Oh, probably like that.
You can claim a taxi chit there, Shubz. Don't worry.
All
Yeah.
right. Any good questions for the Dave since he came late and he had to join the space? Any good
So
questions?
I'll
there,
just
Tama?
say first thing, you've done amazing work, David. The country should be proud of the way you handle yourself, battling all the reporters, and you're pretty much the
Oh.
only politician that I confidently think has a backbone. You don't actually cower from the media. It's awesome. You give them the time and the respect. We don't see that from many people on the left, and just want to say bravo.
So
Oh,
what
that's
do you?
very kind. I should come on with you more often.
Yeah. So what do you? So I guess only blow mahis, no questions. Jimothy, did you have a question about the Tova interview you wanted to ask?
Yeah, David, I mentioned to Shubz earlier on that I noticed of some body language around Tova when she initially asked you a question around race-based funding. I noticed that she'd decided to look at the ceiling before you gave her a response. Do you recall that? And can you sort of give us your perspective of the clash of the Titans?
Look, I was really surprised because if you've seen the interviews I've done with Tova nearly every week for the last 3 months, they've actually been really positive. But on this one issue, it was interesting. I didn't really see her where she was. People said, "Oh, she's like rolling her eyes and looking at the ceiling, like maybe." But it's kind of interesting. Like I said, people shouldn't have their property taken, and she said, "Oh, that's something Maori could relate to." And I think what she was really trying to say is that I've never thought about Maori, don't care about Maori, which is so untrue. And I just said, well, why do you think we supported the treaty settlement process? Because we think it is wrong to take people's land. But it was kind of interesting. Like she had an assumption about me, and she was really angry about it, and it's not even true. And I don't know what you do when people have those unspoken assumptions about you. It's quite a challenging thing to counteract. If you really call them out, you look too aggressive. I hope I just kind of, calmly pushed her back. But yeah, it was pretty wild. Different from all the other interviews I've done with her lately, just on that one topic.
Who's been the most horriblest interviewer you've had, Dave? Like if you think back in your career.
Good question, Shubz.
The toughest interviewer by far is Mike Hosking. He's very dangerous because he doesn't have just one style, so he can just ask you basic questions and let you kill yourself, or he can really go on the attack, and you don't really know which one's the most dangerous. So he'd be the most dangerous interviewer. I'd say the worst is probably like Jack Tame, but just in the last couple of years. Like initially, like maybe 5-6 years ago when I first started interviewing with him, he was actually really thoughtful, but now he's just got this style where if you've watched one of his interviews, he'll have some little factoid that he's spent all week researching. And he'll be like, this is my thing, I've got you. And then if you don't really care about his little fact, then he gets increasingly smarmy trying to, make you feel like you're wrong. And often it's a really stupid thing. But so that's a real shame. He sort of was one of the best, and now I would say is one of the worst because it's all about him and it's all about trying to catch people up with some detail no one cares about.
Hosking has the biggest following as well, right? So that's one of the things that he uses to mostly, I guess, intimidate guests. They know.
Yeah, well, it's certainly true that he would be one of the most, if not the most influential opinion leader in New Zealand. I mean, there's like 500,000 people that listen to him. That's about 15-16% of all voters listen to Hosking, and they listen to what he has to say. So yeah, that's certainly an issue.
David, what's the chances that we see you go back on Radio New Zealand and let John Campbell interview you? on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 it's likely and 1 it's not likely.
Oh, I'd give it a 5. It's right in the middle. I mean,
Oh, middle's not too bad.
yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, John Campbell's created some of my most viral social media content. Not meaning to, but he accidentally had. Several videos got like over 100K views of people just baffled by the way that John Campbell behaves. So that's an interesting issue.
Yeah.
Social
I was
media
a fan
ban,
of
David.
him growing up,
Oh yeah, I was too as a kid, and then, but I think, to be honest, when I watched their thing about David pumped them. David pumped them like the All Blacks did the Springboks on the weekend. Did you watch that game, Dave?
No, I'm a bad New Zealander. I didn't see the game.
Far out, cuz, eh?
This dude's got to be so busy leading up to, he's got so much things on his plate,
Yeah, what are we up to 5 in the morning sleeping? Trying to get some sleep on now.
Oh, I just can't afford Sky.
Oh, God. Bro, you gotta get cracking.
He can only afford the land.
Yeah, I had it for a while for Liam Lawson, but then I just that was kind of it.
He's an orange lighter, Shubz. He's an orange lighter with the empty petrol tank.
Yeah, well, the orange lighter, my mate Jimothy over here, he's a serial orange lighter. He just keeps the petrol right on the orange lighter, and he fills it up just enough to get just to keep it going. The bro's the most frugal human being I've ever seen. Well, he tries not to get into them.
I guess he can't because he's on the orange line.
Yeah, he lives there, brother. He literally lives there. You know what? One time he did buy me an ice block, so I will say shout out to my man Jimothy.
He could have extra couple of bucks. He could have got off the orange line, and he chose you.
Yeah, well, that's it. But that's the whole
guy.
I think that's the whole game for Jimothy is he never gets off the orange light. It's all about staying right on that orange light, isn't it, Jimothy?
That's right. Hey, I just had a quick question for Dave. During this term, rumor in the media was that the National Party were looking to implement more taxes that the public aren't aware of. Are you aware of taxes, i.e. whether it be stamp duties or bed tax that they're initially talking about? Was those taxation policies things that were very influential in terms of stopping?
Yeah, that's not rumors. That stuff's all true. I mean, stamp duty. They said that they wanted to have a stamp duty on sales of homes over $5 million for foreigners. We stopped that. Why? Because, if you create a tax like that, it's only a matter of time till it's all homes and all people. It's just a matter of time, right? Bed tax, they wanted to put a tax on staying the night in a motel or hotel. We said that's crazy. It's not just going to be a tax on tourists, it's going to be a tax on everybody. So we stopped that now, but they, as recently as a couple of months ago, they were gung-ho. Now it's dead. And then there was a tax on the banks. They said, we'll just take some money off the banks. So it's like the old story. Why do you rob banks? Because that's where the money is. So they said, they've got some money, so we'll just take it. And we said that's crazy. If we start doing that, then when the left get in, they'll just do a lot more of it, and we can't afford that. So we got to be the change we want to see in the world. Don't introduce any new taxes. And so we killed that one too.
That's a good point, because it's so much easier once something's in law to make the amendments. Once it's there written in, the amendments can come far easier. You don't need as much permission, or that's why you cannot just have it in place at all. So completely agree.
I'll give you an example how the debate shifts. Like you think about this first year free, and like for uni, and then all these people were like, it should be the third year free. And so as soon as it was introduced, people stopped questioning whether it was a good idea to have a free year. And people started debating, like, which year should it be? Which was always crazy. I say, look, this is crazy. Like, you should make some contribution every year so you value your education. Why would you just have 1 year off paying? It's a crazy policy. We got rid of it now. But, once something's introduced, people argue about the details instead of whether it should exist. It's exactly the same with taxes. As soon as you introduce a new tax, then the debate is, why is it only houses over 5 million? We should get more money if, and it'd be fair if it wasn't just foreigners. I mean, if if a foreigner sells a house to a New Zealander, should they pay too? I mean, sooner or later, taxes on everyone.
Dave, how many campaigns are we deep now? How many election cycles have you been through?
Me, I'm a tragic. So I got a paid job at uni. I got paid by ACT to man the phones in 2002. And then in 05, I was a candidate. They didn't pay me. And then in 08, I was in Canada. So I was kind of off that one. But I was technically a candidate. I just to make up the numbers. So that's 3. 2011, I stood in Auckland Central. That's 4. 2014, I stood in Epsom and got elected. 2017 was my first as leader. 2020 was my second as leader. 2023 was my third as leader. So 2026 will be my 4th as leader and my 9th as a 9th campaign.
So what do you think, taking all of those 8 before, what have those taught you going into this 9th one?
Oh, don't start. It's like smoking. Don't run for office. Just
Is that your honest advice to people? Don't do it, cuz.
well, look,
You gotta love it, eh? You actually gotta be a patriot to do this for that long, you know?
Yeah, I'm grateful for what I've been, the opportunities I've had, to people I've met, and some of the things I've been able to change. So there's that side of it. But I would say overall, our democracy requires a small number of people to basically give their whole life, your privacy, your weekends, and always the risk that you're going to get some sort of embarrassing public scandal and no longer be able to live in New Zealand. I've known some people in that position, right? So quite a few actually. So it's not for the faint-hearted. But what have you asked a serious question? What have I learned? I just try and get a bit better every election. So we're going to be better this election. I think the main thing is that I learned last election is just managing your energy. Like, I really went hard, but I sort of was looking pretty tired and haggard by the end of it. So managing your energy is really important.
Do you see yourself, Dave, going beyond, obviously this term's a given, but do you see yourself going beyond the next, into 29 election? How do you see that?
Well, at the moment, I mean, who knows in 3 years, but at the moment I just say, well, look, getting into Parliament at 31, that was kind of a big deal. Then doing 6 years as a lone MP, legalising euthanasia, taking the stand on guns, redesigning the party. Then we got 10 MPs, that was a big deal. And then, we're in opposition, we had to grow a new organisation, that was all pretty crazy. And then we got into government and I became the Deputy Prime Minister, and we had to go to Cabinet and, be responsible for departments and all that. So each time we've kind of learnt and we've taken a bit of a hit and then we've gone up again. And I just think, I've never been in a better position to contribute, so I'd be crazy to quit now. Will I still feel like that in 3 years? Let's see.
Maybe he's a big fan of Strom Thurmond. You might be 100 years old still in Parliament. You know Strom, Dave?
I've heard the name, but I don't know him. You want me to be in Parliament at 100 years old?
Yeah, well, he was a congressman at 100 years old, or a senator.
Yeah. I don't know I'll live that long, to be honest. I mean, you know what it's like with Maori life expectancy.
Oh, that's all right. You're not the right type of Maori, but Dave, you don't count.
Okay, I'm the wrong type of Maori.
Yeah, Rawiri said you don't count, my mate. Anything else you want to leave the people with before you get out of here in this crazy little conundrum that you joined, Dave?
Oh, look, I just leave a number with people, 3%. Labor say that they want to spend 33% of the economy, 33% of GDP. But the government revenue is only 30% of GDP. So the government gets in 30% and they want to spend 33%. So that's why I leave you with the number 3%. Now, 3% doesn't sound like a lot, but 3% of GDP is about $15 billion. So, basically, Labor have to make up about $15 billion. And I don't know if they're going to borrow it, they're going to print it, they're going to tax it, but when someone comes along and says, oh yeah, trust us, we just don't know how to keep hold of $15 billion, that should be alarm bells. And I'm not saying this like, I know you say, well, you're a political guy, or you would say that, yeah, sure, but it's actually true. And I'd just say to people, look, do you want to trust someone who can lose $15 billion?
Yeah, mental.
Good way to leave it, my man. Well, go well. Catch you on the journey, mate. And thank you for your time.
Great to talk to you, Jimothy. Tama, see you later, Shubz.
Thank you, David. Awesome. Good chat.
Anything you want to add on there, boys?
No, it was great to finally, get on here and see David Seymour live in the flesh. Yeah, the dude's given bloody his whole life to this, right? It takes public servant to the extreme of what actually means public slave, almost,
Pretty
giving
much, cuz.
giving it up to his to the country. So no, I mean that was basically all it for the time. Back to your thing, man. Like, what are you gonna do now with the whole Radio Aotearoa thing? You're just gonna.
Well, I'm just gonna do it as a podcast. I've had heaps of people call me with different offers and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll sit down and see what happens. People throughout media and that in this country are all aware of the situation. And
yeah, I'm surprised. They should be. This is where they should be like, axing any useless other podcast host or radio host, replacing them with you. This is it, right? This is what happens, right?
Yeah, so we've got a few things on the table. We'll sit through it, the team and I over the next week and see what happens, or next couple of weeks. But we'll just do it online like this, brother, because there's always people here that love to see the Tama, and good to hear the Jimothy back in town. How's your week been though, Tama? How'd your seminar go in there? Yeah,
seminar was pretty good. I had people there, talk to them all about property investing and things like that. One of the most talked about things that I like to do is for an hour, I just scroll Trade Me in front of everyone. I just call agents nonstop. And because it was on a Saturday afternoon, all of them started picking up the phone, which was actually handy. So yeah, I started negotiating property deals in front of them. So that's probably the main thing of what I do, right? That's how I stay. I work from home. I'm my own boss. And yeah, it was really cool. And then, you finish up a busy week, and then you get energy drained. And I even had a bit of a flu, same to you, when you finish a big event, and I just get completely drained afterwards. So that's why I'm a bit on the floor. But then you start scrolling around social media, and you start to see all the idiots come abroad when you see that crazy Lindsay, what the hell? I can't even remember her Clancy, that case. Have you been following that?
No, tell me. Tell us
so the Lindsay Clancy case, it's not even one that one and two people know about that one, bro. It's like a horrendous case of a mother that just killed 3 of her kids, right, in America 3 years ago.
Don't know. And carry on.
Yeah, so she killed 3 of her kids. They're like an infant, 3 years old and 5 years old, 3 years ago. Then she tried to kill herself, and now she's facing the trials right now. And then all the liberal left idiot women are just like, it's not her fault. The system failed her. It's not her fault that the husband should have been taking care of her more, or she had too much drugs and too much medication and blah blah blah, right? And it's just crazy to know that their brains can go to someone defending any reason when someone can physically do that to their own kids. And there's hundreds of thousands of women out there making all their TikTok posts about her. They've raised $1 million for her and her family, her parents give a little page. It's mental.
For her, the one that killed her kids.
Yes. That's why it's insane, bro. This is the poisonous left liberal idiot woman have they have no limit now of what can blow your mind.
Maybe that's the way we can fund your show, Shubz. What do you reckon?
Well, I ain't trying to kill no kids, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is one of the ones where it's splitting up relationships all over the world. Thank God. One guy was just he found out that his missus is in support of her, texts his entire family chat, his in-laws family chat 2 weeks before the wedding. He's like, no, we're done. There is no way that I'm going to be in a relationship with a woman that believes that, whatever that Lindsay Clancy did was somewhat 1% justified. No way am I having a family with you. Get stuff. And the way she did it, bro, the way...
Tama too. I got a question for Tama about this WNBA Enes Kanter. You can take over here, Shubz.
Yeah, go.
I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on. Have you been following this, Tama, around this transgender issue with WNBA basketball, Enes Kanter?
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know if you caught the latest footage in the last day or so where he'd turned up to one of the basketball games with the definition of what a woman is written on his printed T-shirt, standing courtside, and a lot of the liberal basketball players, women, got outraged at him just being present on the sideline, and he got ejected from the
he checkmated them.
Stadium.
He beat them at their own game.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's great the stand that he's taken, and we all know he's coming across that he's not a troll, but let's be frank, he's making a statement here as well as being a troll. I absolutely love it. I'm here with the popcorn and all.
Oh, 100%. The best trolls are the ones that do it professionally, right? That really get them angry, So no, I follow all that stuff. But yeah, I'm glad that you actually haven't looked into that Lindsay Clancy case, Shubz, because to be honest, it is a very depressing story. It's easily one of those ones that changes your mood from like, you know, just scrolling to absolute rage and sweating and like frustration, which is what I have. And I haven't spoken about it online, even though it's like 1 in 3 people's phones, bro, is throwing this case in front of them. Yeah, it's just so annoying that some of these people can be so like to the pits of hell stupid, you know, mental. But it's good to see you still got the spot on. So I guess I was going to message you and be like, shit, are we done now? After I saw the news.
Baby. No, we carry the journey. It might end up on another platform, but it's definitely staying like it is. So you just join just like you do every week, brother, no matter what.
Man. All right, cool as awesome, bro. Well, I got to head back up to the fams, but
pleasure, my
good.
brother, and big love to you in the farm, though, eh?
Awesome, cool, guys.
Take it easy.
Cool, bro. Catcha.
You're found Jimo. Oh yeah, Jimo's off. Well, there was the boys fire fam. Our first 2 hours is done. We don't, because the thing is, like, usually I'm used to doing commercials and then like, or not, I don't do the commercials, but we kick off the commercials while we're on radio. Obviously, being just on social media only, being like an online live stream podcast show only, I don't have to. So yeah, coming up next will be, or in any thoughts, Fano, put it in the chat, any thoughts on some of those conversations. Shout out to Dave too. Dave was late and he didn't check his calendar, and then I messaged him. Then he messaged, says, sorry, I'm late. I can join now if it's not too late. And then I just thought I'd just bring him in while the boys were in, because I knew like we didn't have any like solo guests or anything, so I thought it would just be easy. So like if it was someone else who was like a candidate or something, I wouldn't have, but it was just the boys who just come on and shoot the shit anyway. So I added them in, and you know, it was all good to talk with us too, which is cool. I really like that, you know, whether you like his politics, whether you like the guy or not, bro, like, or anybody, give them a chance, bro. Like, unless you I don't like to listen to what other people say. Don't even listen to what I say about people. Go find out for yourself, you know, all day. And again, that doesn't mean you might like them, but maybe you'll find some kind of common ground. Tama certainly has a practical view, a particular view of women operating from the shadow. Cool, Shubz. Fuck the commercials. Yeah. Well, eventually, I do plan to have commercials, but that would require people to sponsor the show. So, yeah, we're gonna, once people want to sponsor the show, Fano, if you know any Fano out there, we got some packages. Yeah, we got some packages out there for if they want a whole. Could be like a monthly, I think it's like a monthly subscription idea. The sisters put them together. I'll save her. Shout out to Karina. She can hit that email that I pinned somewhere. Oh, I did have it pinned. Is it still there? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that email, anybody that wants to sponsor or join the show at all and sponsor, hit that shubz@gmail.com. That's the email to hit, and you can reach out to us for any kind of support, even ideas you might have for our show, different segments. Yeah, because you can sponsor the different segments, but there are packages that Karina's put together. All of that will go through her. So yeah, I'll just let her handle all that. Fine, I'll just do the stuff, do the talking, do the talking on the video. And anybody else that thinks, because I know some of you were concerned that Karina might be not going to stay, we weren't going to stay as a crew together. We're planning to do it with or without this radio. So yeah, Shubz, does my subscription still come to you? Yeah, hardly, Lenny. Yeah, of course, brother. I think once a month it comes out or something. I need a pie shop sponsor so Shubz can eat. Yeah, I got a bit of lard I can live off for a little bit, brother. You know. Noodles. It was a great segment. Shubz was screenshot worthy. Yeah, hard. I'm sure we'll get something out of it. But I just want to say too far now, like, thank you, fellas, so much. Everybody that's in here that's supportive of what we do, that shows love every day or whenever they can, whatever time, in any way, whether it's reaching out to, you know, send a kohara and something, or some food or money, or even just saying, hey, I've, you know, my friend's got this clothing label or this and that, but all of that stuff helps me. Like, it's all means to support. But just the fact that you come in, you like it, you comment, you go away from your phone or your whatever you're watching on, maybe your TV, your computer, your laptop, and you go away from your devices and talk to people and say about what we talk about, because that's what it is. We set out to begin conversations, have conversations that people don't want to have, And hey, that might mean that we also stir the pot with people that don't want it to be stirred. People will take their position that, hey, I'm ungrateful. I knew it was a volunteer role and this and that. Just for anybody else that's listening, in case you don't understand, with Radio Aotearoa, we were promised a lot of things that weren't delivered, and we worked way more hours than a volunteer ever should be by law. Right? So we got some things that can happen on that side of things. But then what I started to realize is once I asked for some support, just a little couple of bucks to pay the rent, I realized, holy Rick, these people don't actually care. And then I started, and you know how it is when you start to step back from things and look, and it's my fault. I went into it with this idea of like, because George is a relation of mine, so I'm thinking, this is my mum's cousin, this is uncle, I'm gonna go and tautoko him and all of that, and we're gonna build this together. Whānau, let's go, let's do it. Māori Murdochs are like the biggest media family in the world, eh? The like Rupert Murdoch and his family. We're gonna be the Māori Murdochs of media, all of this stuff. Next minute, sold all these different dreams, promised all these different things, while we kept grinding like a little slave, grinding. But yeah, and then when we asked for support, it wasn't there. The infrastructure that we were meant to get paid through wasn't in place, and it was asked for from the second week we were in the radio. And then we asked to do heaps of things, like obviously form narratives, to push out content, to get that Marshall dude off the local board, which Raywin's on, Raywin Barna, obviously. George her and George just trying to move and get influence on those boards. I know because at meetings he told myself, Karina, and the bro Jimothy that, hey, you get on that board, I'll get off Māori Council, you get on here, you can stand for this, you can stand for, and sort of showed us how these webs or these boards work and wanted us all to get on them. And I'm thinking, this is going to help. We're going to help get the poo here so it can go to the right place for all our people, change this country. And, let me put my hard hat on and let's go. What I got to do? Get the ratings up. Let's go. I was talking to the bro today too. And the conversation was pretty much, it was 1.6. I think 1.6 we needed to get to in the ratings, and we were at 1.4. So we were at 1.4, 1.6 is where we needed to get to. And this was only 2 weeks in. We were already at that number 1.4. And we've been, what, now, 18 weeks, 19 weeks deep. And then we were told, like, there'd be a pool of like 1.6 or $7 million that would be open. And then other people have told me that there's other fund pools, because I don't understand the whole game, but I got into it blind, and I just think, I'm going to help the whānau, we're going to go hard, and for me, it wasn't about like, there might be millions of dollars out there, but like, let's go and like start these conversations. Let's open these minds. If all I got to do is go and reach out to all these different people, if I got to get my little squad, and we'll go and, get connected with all these different people, and shout out to Karina for, helping that happen. And, if I wasn't who I am, and she didn't have the networking capability she did, and even the bro Jimothy, like our little squad, this wouldn't even be anything. And then going around the country from top to bottom, hearing like Radio Aotearoa, never heard of it, bro, but I tune in on the way home. Like I hear that everywhere, from Tauranga down Dunedin, Christchurch, everywhere that I've been, bro. Like people have told me that they've listened to me on the actual radio or on Freeview 71 on the TV. So I was like, that's mean as that you do that. And for me, it's like we're just used to push up this profile of the station to build it. And how I know too, bro, that once I started speaking out, even the guy that had the name Radio Aotearoa before me, before I got on there in 2020, he had it as an online radio station, a guy that worked in iwi radio for ages. And then George approached him and said, hey, can we work together? Can you know how all the funding works, all that for iwi and stuff. He worked in iwi radio for like 15 years. Can you help me like build this? And so George ends up purchasing the name, but the bro already had it before in 2023 and pretty much just used them, built the whole thing up. And then after 5 months, he was like, oh, where's my pay? When are we getting some cash? And then he pretty much gave him the $500 one-off payment, and then started pushing that he's got a mental health problem. Like, this is a common thing for all of them, like for many people that have dealt with the Ngātai and the Bāna combination. And that's sad, you know, that's actually sad that so many people get just rinsed by them. And they purport to have millions of dollars, and you know, they have obviously millions of dollars worth of assets. But you know, for me, I never asked for thousands of dollars. I asked for, can we get a 500 a week just to cover the. And George even told me, fam. George even told me on my, I think it was my 4th week. Oh yeah, or it might have been the second, one of those 2 weeks, that he told me, bro, face to face. And I'm thinking, and again, you can say, yeah, but no contract and that, yeah, but you don't actually have to have a contract to be employed. It's another thing to have a case, which is cool. So we'll see how all that pans out. But he told me, bro, like, I'll cover your rent and all of that kind of stuff. Never did, bro. Full of rubbish. Yeah, full of rubbish. I reckon karma has used you, bro. And this is the thing. Like, we had Hannah Tamaki on, right? And I didn't want to be a whore, and I mean, I could have asked her a little bit about George, because she's running. This is another thing. She's running in Papakura, and George has been, you know, with them for 20 years, and it's, you know, 20 years with Destiny. Which, nothing wrong. Be with whoever you want to be with. Go hard. But you know, you know, very loyal to them. Bought them Tesla. Bought them, shouted them around the world, first class, all this kind of stuff. If you think about it, it's all optics, though. You've got all of these people who are bodies, right? Like humans that look at Brian and Hannah because, like, you know, obviously their movement has helped change their life. Cool. But people didn't take that opportunity. Let me bless them to look good to everybody else, so then they can work for us for free. And the amount of people in their church that are being burned by those two is out the gate, cuz. And the thing is, too, I think I told them, bro, like, if, like, when they started pushing us on this whole mental health thing, I said to them, like, if you're not willing to, bro, how is New Zealand First gonna feel about you 2 weeks out from literally being announced as a candidate after you got told you weren't gonna be one? How do you think they're gonna feel if you feel bloody keen to go over to Kule Wong and keen to go to David Seymour? Nothing wrong with Kule Wong or David Seymour taking a call about a potential candidate. I mean, that, you know, that's just them being like, oh, okay, I'll have a meeting and get to meet you. That doesn't mean anything set in stone. But the fact that he literally weeks before that happens, like, gets announced as a candidate after 5 years of putting into this party, a party that, let's be honest, Brian throws shade at Winston the most, probably out of all the MPs at the moment, or, you know, over this last, you know, sort of period. He gives Winnie all the heat. And it's like, to me, it's like, you can't choose two masters, can you? But like, also being willing to go to David or go to Kule weeks before he becomes announced as a candidate, I was like, and then like, obviously when all of that's happening, I'm thinking as like a nephew, as a, you know, someone who's loyal to, you know, people that are loyal to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got you. I know you're upset. You're thinking you're not going to get picked because of your association with the church. Let me go and, you know, see what I can do. And David was keen to meet, and so was Kule was keen to take the conversation. Whether or not she had the influence to do anything, I don't know. I know David did, but yeah, and that's not on them. It's on George, bro. But what a political hoji, like, straight up. And for him to be running, you know, to profess that, you know, Brian and that are his spiritual father and that, and they've changed their life, which is cool. But you're running in the same seat as his wife, like, for the party that you've run for before. You're running in the same seat as in Papakura. Like, he knew that she was running in Papakura. Like, to even, like, if New Zealand First came to you, like, and you take that, I don't know, it's just weird, bro, that you're running for against, like, your, and also who's your master? I don't know. I do know it's just cooked. You know what I mean? Optics cooked. The whole thing's out of it. Plenty of lessons for me, for sure. Like, I got suckered hard. I was just straight like, oh, like, it's more me being a dumbass. Like, oh my gosh, I got pumped. Like, you're dongy, you know what I'm saying? Like, far out. But that's learning, eh? You can't grow when you're comfortable, Shubz. Growth comes being uncomfortable. Oh, I know. I love being uncomfortable. Seeking discomfort is one of my pleasures. Like, try to be one of the most loved and hated people in the country. And then come back and talk to me about it, eh, David Binney? No. Actually, though, a lot of people can't handle being hated. I don't give a damn, because as long as you know who you are and even Hannah and them, like whether you like her or not, or agree with her stance or her beliefs, or Brian, like they still stay solid in there, like no one can really phase them, cuz George married for money. He's come on, on this, not the propaganda. Yeah, but you learn heaps about radio, etc. too. Yes, that's right, Biff Dave. I learned heaps about radio. I learned heaps about radio. I learned how like direction of like this whole thing. I got the network heaps under. So yes, like I don't get me wrong, I didn't like there wasn't no a one-way street where I didn't get the benefit. I got to learn more about the media and how things work, but I also got told so much bull jive that I don't even know which is real and which isn't. And what I got to realize is, holy wreck, I was literally working for Big Papa One 3.0, cuz. Straight up, cousin. Suckered me, but that's my fault. G, take it on the chin, son. I thought George was LGBTQ. Oh, possibly. I don't know. I'm not in the bedroom seeing what's going on in there, so that's more of a partai for him. Partai for Ngatai, not Jeremy, George. But you think about it all. It's like, bro, this is weird, eh? Like, how you running against her? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's just don't make no sense in my head, fam. I think some of you need to separate the bad in that man does from what the Bible says. Controversial, I know. Separate the bad that man does from the Bible. What are you talking about, Lightning? What are you specifically going on about? Undercover rainbow. Hey, I don't even care if you're rainbow. As long as you're not trying to push it on kids, bro, I don't give a damn. Like, you can be as takatabui as you want. You can kiss whoever you want, cause as long as it's not a kid. See, first. And as long as they're consenting, obviously. As long as they're kissing back. At least Tama pays sounds like good t-shirt. Yeah. So I don't know. The plan would be obviously maybe we'll create merch, all of that kind of stuff. But the plan from now is to keep consistent on our show, keep bringing in guests, keep building it. I'll adjust to not having any commercials, but eventually we will. We've got a lot of ad space, Fano, so we've got 3 hours worth of ad space. If you know anyone that wants a 30-second advert or whatever, especially if they can do their own, we do have packages out there that Karina's gonna slang off. Hit her up or hit me up here, and then I'll send you their way. I have to set that out, all those logistics out properly. But shubslive@gmail.com, Pano, that's where it's set right there. We'll suss her out, and then I'll whether you got like a small business, it's just got it ain't even crazy. Like, give us $20,000. I should have all the prices here or something for them and how much it is a month, little subscription. Because the subscription's always all good, because sometimes find out, things ain't working out, can't pay. Shitheads can be anyone, anywhere. Oh, this is true, Matua Mokai. Anyway, find it. That's enough of me dribbling. I know you don't mind listening to me on my bro Tanera. So I got the bro Tanera here, fight cap. Let's play this. I literally filmed it just before, so I didn't get to cut it up properly, but it should be all good. Welcome back to the show that is Fight Cap, episode 14 with Shubzy and old, well, not old, we say age, 91 babies. Tanera,
91.
Mr. T, Big T, baby. What's goody, brother?
I'm good, my man. And yourself?
Oh, seen better days, but also seen hella worse, so not too bad.
Yes. Yeah, we are grateful. We are grateful.
Oh, indeed, my mate. Indeed. And if we weren't, oh well. Carry on, eh? Life goes on.
Can you hear that? Is that loud?
What is that? I can just hear it.
There's construction. There's construction, but that's okay.
Oh, that's the joys of life, brother. You know, we could be filming this from a war zone right now, so grateful to be in a free country where again the only noise is a bit of construction.
Or even worse, we could be on the tools. So I'm grateful.
Hey, these are our tools, my friend. Let's go. All right, UFC Fight Night Hernandez versus RoboCop, my brother.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. It's a massive fight, this one, and the reason being, I think that the winner of this fight probably sets themselves up for a title shot. I watched the fight. I watched the main event after the horrendous co-main between Sergey Spivak and Vitor Petrino. which put me to sleep. Seriously, it did. It put me to sleep. I was in bed. I was watching it. I fell asleep after the
You
first
nearly
round.
didn't make it to the main.
I nearly didn't make it to the main, but absolute trash, those guys. And I'm not usually one to throw shade from behind the phone screen, but I can honestly say quite possibly one of the worst heavyweight fights I've ever seen. Boring. But it was saved
Well,
by
you
the
think
co-main
heavyweight,
event.
you're thinking explosive, you know?
Well, you'd have to. That's the problem with heavyweights is that it's a lot of size to carry around, and it's usually over within a couple of rounds, or in some cases we get a Mark Hunt Bigfoot Silver, like we saw.
Bloody juice
You know,
monkeys.
I know, right? I know. So look, I say bring back or get rid of drug testing at the heavyweight division because clearly we need it, but clearly we don't need it. But look, the main event. Back to the topic of discussion. The main event was fantastic. I think that it's a massive win. Excuse me. It's a massive win for RoboCop Rodriguez. We've always had questions about his gas tank. We've always had questions as to whether he can beat those top contenders. And obviously now Hernandez was ranked number 6. I think RoboCop was at about 11. He now moves to, not just top 10, but the upper, that middle echelon of a top 10 ranked contender. And I can clearly see him fighting for a title in the not so distant future. You probably give him the likes of a Joe Pyfer. I know he called out Dricus du Plessis. I probably think that's a little bit too much too soon, especially considering Dricus has come off a big win over Usman. But in terms of RoboCop, fantastic performance. I thought Fluffy showed some big heart during the fight. Obviously, at home, the crowd was behind Hernandez. At the same time, I think it's just RoboCop's time. And he's another 91 baby as well. So even though it looks like he's about
91
50,
babies. Let's go. 91 babies.
so it's good.
Okay. So you think title shot?
I think title shot after one fight. I think he probably fights Joe Pyfer. And then depending on who the champion
that'd be
is,
good.
obviously Strickland's got the belt. I think if he can get through Pyfer, he probably sets himself up for a title shot. I think probably what they're going to do is either they're probably going to do Dricus and Strickland or Hamzat and Strickland the rematch. I think if RoboCop wins his next one, if he can finish Pyfer in brutal fashion, then he probably gets a shot at the title, which would be great.
Okay. Anything else stand out to you on that card or meh?
No, I was more so interested in the main event. I mean, in terms of it didn't really have any like superstars, but the main event itself was a spectacle. So I'd probably say the only thing I would say about this card is Hernandez needs to win his next fight. It's very difficult to go on an 8-fight win streak, which he did, and then obviously drop 2 in a row. So he needs to win his next fight. I'd like to see him fight an Usman. I'd like to see him fight an Imavov. I certainly think he's still up there with the best of them. The only thing that he struggles with is the size. Those guys that are fighting at middleweights, they really walk around at about 101, 102 kilos, and they're dropping 20 before fight night. So they're big guys. Fluffy probably doesn't have the size to run with him, but he certainly has the heart, and he showed that on Saturday night.
He got the manawa, Kaz got the manawa. What about the real reason we came here, brother? Eternal 109. I seen you get on the old plane there, my mate. You see a little behind the scenes there, Kaz. How was it? Give us your review.
Yeah, it was great. The main event was a 5-round war between Sam Miles and the Tongan Lion, Lonnie Filimoahala. And Sam Miles was the hometown favourite in Geelong. He ended up winning a unanimous decision victory. They scored it 3-2 in his favour at home in Geelong. So it was a big win for him. A lot of people thought Lonnie won the fight. Bit of controversy. Look, no, I can't. My opinion is that I think Lonnie won rounds 1, 2, and 3. That's my opinion. The swing round there would be round number 1. Obviously, it just depends on whether you reward the damage done by Sam Miles or you think that Lonnie had enough control time in terms of the wrestling in the first round. So I think Lonnie edged him just a little bit. It was razor thin, but at the same time, it certainly wasn't a robbery. If anything, it sets up for a nice rematch. So it was a good main event in Geelong.
Was the old deputy PM there?
Richard Miles was there. Yep. He was there. He's a very, very proud Australian. Obviously, I'm not too sure how we feel about this current government, but needless to say that he was in attendance, and in regards to his son, there wasn't really any politicking, pardon the pun, for him getting a title shot. I'm not too sure
He done
about
the mahi.
he did the mahi, but no, Richard Miles was in attendance, and obviously very proud of his son's efforts and the outcome.
Oh, cool, brother. Any other standouts for you in that whole card?
Yeah, the card overall was great. We had a
Anything
big
else for you?
We had a big heavyweight matchup between a guy called Charles Joyner and Adnan Larry. And then another fight that probably stands out was the opener on the main card. There was a bloke by the name of Daryl Payet. He's a Cameroonian Frenchman who now lives in Perth. And much like his fellow African Francis Ngannou, he has a ton of power. Ton of power. But the kid that he fought, he was 19 years of age. His name was Kurosh Arvan. And he hit him with some of the biggest bombs I've ever seen, and the guy just wouldn't go down.
What is his name? Kurosh Arvan, like Patrick Arvan.
Kurosh Arvan. I don't know who Patrick Arvan is. But
he's playing for the Warriors on the wing. But did he? Yeah. Well, what kind of dude? What's this ethnicity of this dude? What are we talking? Is he more? Yeah. The Arvan dude, brother. What kind of flavor is he?
He is Middle Eastern. Oh, okay, was so Patrick Arvan Middle Eastern?
It's not on board, bro. Okay, never mind.
No. So he's Middle Eastern, but he just wouldn't go down. So he was a tough kid, 19 years of age. It was probably one of the fights that I saw, or one of the recent fights that I've seen a guy take so much damage where I was actually not out loud, but wishing that the fight would have been stopped. But anytime the referee
said, was it like that, eh?
It was bad. It was really bad, and everyone was going crazy. And
who was in the referee? Herb Dean.
No, well, I mean, Herb Dean, Mario Yamasaki, Steve Mazzagatti, all of the goats. That what is that saying? That Dolph Lundgren, if he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies, my mate.
You never want to see that. Not in 2026 anyway. Maybe the old school, they're just built differently. But this kid, he could take a punch, and anytime the ref told him to fight back, he fought back. So great fight, but yeah, a bit too graphic even for someone like me. But no doubt he'll be back soon.
All right then. What's next for Eternal? Anything else coming up on the horizon?
Yes, mate. We've got Eternal 110. 110 on the Gold Coast. That's the same weekend I'm in Melbourne for the NFL, so I'm down there for September the 11th.
Oh, true.
And then the next night, on the Saturday night, I'm back on the coast for Eternal 110. And that's shaping up to be a good card as well. So
big weekend for the Big T.
Mate, it is. It really is. It's September's always a busy month. I've got the NFL, Eternal, and then the next week I'm in Sydney for WPT Poker for 2 weeks. So.
Oh yeah. How do you go at poker? Are you a bit of a gun or?
Mate, I played last week for the first time in about probably as a stark reminder as to why I hate poker. Because why
you love talking about it.
I love talking about it, and that's the thing. You can play perfectly, and I played very well. I think the starting stack was about 30k. I got up to about 120, and then I just got busted with some. Again, no one wants to hear about the bad beats in poker, but I'm going to tell you, I got busted in a couple of flips, meaning the odds are 50-50. And then I had aces, went all in, and I got busted with a 4-card straight on the river. And as I'm getting up to leave, I'm shaking hands. Old mate goes, stick to announcing, yeah? And I'm just like, mate.
Well, not much you can say there.
There's not much I can say there. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, look, I love poker. I've always loved poker. I've been playing since I was about 11 years old. Just, we used to bet those Starburst lollies. We used to bet those.
Oh, yeah. What's your go-to Starburst, bro?
Pink and only pink.
The pink one.
Pink
and only pink.
Yeah,
I'm pink and only pink too. But that's not the Starburst.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
UFC 333, my mate. Volk versus Evoliv. How do you spell the
Yes.
brother's name? Evoliv.
Evoliv, yes. So
okay.
I think, and people may disagree with me, but I think this is probably Volk's toughest test since Islam Makhachev.
Since he got knocked out. Oh.
I probably think this is Volk's toughest test since Islam Makhachev. Obviously, I think there's reasoning behind why he lost to Topuria. I think he came back too soon.
Too quick, Too quick.
Yeah, I think he came
So
back
you
too
think
quick.
like have that time again and like have a proper camp, come back and like all of that kind of stuff. Well rested. You think you see a different Volk and maybe the result could be different, possibly? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think Topuria was at the peak of his powers when he fought Volk, and then he obviously went on that run against Max and Charles. So I think Volk probably at best could have taken him to a decision victory. I'm not saying that the result would have changed, but I just think that that I think this is that Topuria was at one point beatable when Volk was the champion. That's what I think. I don't think I think for Volk to take Islam 5 rounds and still lose in Perth, even though a lot of us thought that he won.
I thought he did, but I'm a couch potato.
Yeah. Look.
I haven't watched it again. Yeah. I was just looking at it as a fan. Come on, Volk, let's go, kid.
Yeah. No, I watched it about
you watched it back and you're wrong. And we were wrong.
I watched it about 3 times. And look, I think Clancy all 41. I don't have a problem with the decision. I think the swing round in that fight with Islam was round 4. And even though Islam didn't really inflict too much damage, he did have the majority of control for about 3 minutes. So I think when you compare Evolov to the past opponents that Volk's fought, he is the toughest one since Islam, because I certainly think that he poses a threat to Volk, just the way that he can mix in his wrestling. And also he's very dangerous on the feet. We saw his last fight with Lerone Murphy, caused a lot of damage. And beat him 50-45 across all scorecards. So Volk at his best, Evolev at his best, Volk wins hands down. But you got to watch these young guys, man. I think Evolev's only about 28 years old, and I think that Volk may be coming to the end of what has been an incredible Hall of Fame career. So I'm going to go Volk by decision. That's my official prediction, but a very dangerous fight for our man Alex.
Volk by decision. Any other fights on that card stick out to you?
Yeah, there's a couple. So there's a flyweight matchup between Lon Kavanagh and Ramazan Tamirov. We remember Ramazan Tamirov when he knocked out our friend Stephen Erceg in the first round after being juiced to the gills on steroids. But I like Lonnie Kavanagh. I think he'll bounce back after his submission loss. Yeah. To Brandon
when was that one
Rockville.
at the White House, was it?
No, that was a couple of that was a couple of months ago. I think about a month ago. It might have been on the.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was one of those cards that we talked about.
Yeah, I think it was the DDP Usman card. Yeah,
that was
yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
There you go.
So a couple of months ago, and then he'll be back in there against Tamirov.
You were backing him the way, old Lon.
I was, and I think closer to this card, we'll make our predictions. But that's a fight I'm looking forward to, and then obviously the rematch. Well, the trilogy between Peter Yan and Merab Dvalishvili. They're the top 3 fights on that card I'm looking forward to. So definitely keen to get some UFC 333 from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, well, who knows, brother? Next year we might be doing these from Abu Dhabi.
Let's hope so.
Hey, bro, I'll tell you now. Well, I'm not as committed. I don't have to do radio every day, so we're a bit more into this kind of stuff, my man. So let's go.
I was going to say, you're a now. Well done.
Literally, brother, free agent, no longer on radio. Who said that? No longer over there, but that's all good. Learn a lot of shit over there, brother.
Absolutely.
Pulled in, gave it me all for a couple of for a minute. Now on to bigger and brighter things, brother. With the big T and whatever else comes our way. Who knows?
Love to hear it.
Yeah, 100%, brother. But to be honest, the most exciting thing, like when you sent me what you wanted to talk about today, and when I was thinking about what was going to happen today, international rugby, bro.
Yes, sir.
Come on, lad.
Yes.
Come on, lad.
Yes.
Let's go.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, they did it. I mean, New Zealand, to go to Johannesburg and win at Ellis Park in the way they did was spectacular. And Look, I mean, there's a few people making excuses. You know, Khaleesi wasn't playing, and we had a couple of days off. But, you know, it's just it never gets old. It's the first test of 4 this year, so you know.
Yeah, it's only one. It's only one, but
It's only
still,
one.
that's a big one. You know,
It's a
Ellis
big one.
Park, brother. Come on
Ellis
now.
Park is massive. I think they've got Ellis Park, Loftus, Newlands in Cape Town, and I'm not too sure where the last one is.
The last one's in Baltimore, brother.
Baltimore in America.
Yeah, but at the fucking no longer Redskins at the Washington, whatever they called now. What do you think?
At the Commander Stadium.
Oh no, is it in Baltimore?
No, that'll be the Ravens.
That'll be the Ravens.
That'll be the
Stadium.
Ravens.
My bad.
So they're
My bad.
playing at Dude.
Must be, yeah. It's at Baltimore, so it would be probably. I mean, they played at Soldier Field in Chicago. And, oh no, they played at that Washington one the last time they were over there. Oh no, before they played Fiji, when they played Ireland the other time, I think. Yeah, they played at that Washington. What are they called now?
The Washington. Well, they're just called Washington Football. I think they
yeah. So it must be at the Ravens. It must be at Ravens now, brother. Then.
Yeah, I love the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, Ray Lewis. Yeah. Yeah.
Lamar.
But well, they won the first test. Congratulations. I thought it was a great game. It was close, very close, right up until about the 60th minute, and then obviously lack of discipline for South Africa. You know, that's usually our problem. That's usually New Zealand's problem. And you know, when you get 2 yellow cards against a team like New Zealand, it's yeah, what do you expect? It's never going to end well. So I'm excited to see what the second test has in store. Obviously, Khaleesi's back, and they've got Handré Pollard back at 10, which is good. They've left out Marnie Lebok, which is questionable. At the same time, I think that
I thought the bro was the main man, or what's his name?
Marnie Lebok.
Zulu. No, the other dude. I thought he was the man too.
Oh, the other black guy. No. 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 No, I don't know why.
Ngoma Zulu or whatever the hell his name is.
Handré Pollard of
Sasha.
Great player. Yeah. Great player. But at the same time, I don't know how you leave Handré Pollard out if he's not healthy, which was my question in this first test, because I think it would have been very different. But look,
what
it'll be interesting to see what happens.
All Blacks heaps of times. One World Cup's beaten the All Blacks heaps of times. Like,
yeah.
I mean, did you see Rusty when he was asked like about chiseling kicking? Did you see that?
No. What did he say?
Yeah, they asked, "Oh, bro, you know what? Now that I don't have to do the whole radio thing on top, even though I'm still doing my show in about 40 minutes, but like it's not all of that. I don't have to do as much work to do it. But I'm going to get like clips and that ready for these things now, so we can make it a bit more exciting. But like, I should have had that one prepared because it just popped in my head. But Rusty pretty much gets asked like, why was Chiseling kicking? And he goes, did he miss?
Really?
He was like, but did he miss? And he's like, no, that's why he's kicking.
Like, why he's kicking?
Yeah. Was like, you know, they're trying to push something.
He's a comedian, man. Rusty really is a comedian. He is the best thing to happen to South African rugby. Him, and obviously, you know, that team, they have achieved greatness. But that is a great response.
Yeah, I think so too. And I want to, you know, just shout out to my mate Jimothy. I know it's only one test, but like still, to go and do it over there, especially when like all of their like all these internet pundits around South African rugby were just giving us no chance.
None. They honestly believed it was going to be 3-1. They thought that obviously South Africa would concede one of the tests. But the predictions earlier on this year is that South Africa would beat the All Blacks a minimum 3 times in 1 year, and it's never happened. It's never happened.
It's not happening today. It's not happening this year.
Happening.
And I want to shout out to my mate Jimothy, because remember he was like saying that Tana's like a DEI hire, and then you came in with as an assistant coach, I don't think you have to be winning too many things, you know. If they're for the morale, boost the morale of the whānau and bring that mana. I feel like Rennie and them are building something special, bro.
I think so. Dave Rennie, I've said this from day one, he's always been a top shelf coach. You know, you can say what you want about Tana, and we're always going to say what we want about Tana, because that's just how the New Zealand public is. Same here in Australia. But in terms of Dave Rennie, there's no questioning as his credentials. and the
Oh,
pedigree
100%.
of his coach.
Well,
Yeah.
he won NPC back in like 2000 and something, 2001,
Correct.
I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Then he won like 2 or 3 junior world championships when the under 20 started.
Yeah.
He won
Yeah.
those, right, with New Zealand, bang, 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 bang. And then what else did he win? And then obviously 2 titles with the Chiefs. I think he won with 1 or 2 possibly as well. I don't know. You know, or was like made them quite successful, so or better than they were. So. You know, the Wallabies, he didn't get to go to that World Cup, brother. You know, who knows if like that whole thing got stifled by Mr. on the way to Japan.
Yeah. Eddie, yes, Uncle Eddie. Well, the thing with the Wallabies sacking was disgraceful because what you saw was the players really warm up to a coach they hadn't really responded to in a while. And I think when they brought Eddie on, it was just a totally different approach. And Eddie was trying to get cozy and rub shoulders with players that felt betrayed. That's just the reality. The players felt betrayed by the ARU. The players felt betrayed by the board. And essentially, what it did is it turned the fan base away from Wallaby rugby. Now that Dave Rennie's in New Zealand, when you see his credentials, you can add to that multiple championships with the Glasgow Warriors in Scotland. I've got no doubt that this is probably the guy that can take New Zealand to a World Cup, regardless of what you think of the team itself. So this is going to be a precursor as to what we can expect in the World Cup next year, and I'm really hoping that that they can come out on top strong in this tour.
Yeah, hard. I just hope somehow the Wallabies find. I know they smoked Japan, but the other week, but hopefully they find a bit of that mana next year. Come on, Gus. Hey, because
until
if we do it right,
New Zealand.
Yeah, until if we do it right, we could. One of us loses, and then we could meet in the World Cup final. You know,
correct. Yeah, I'd like to see a replay of 2015, and I doubt it'd be a different result if it does happen. But again, for Australia to be bullying Japan and smoking Italy, it doesn't count. These are trial preseason games, in my opinion.
Not when like France and Ireland come in, you've got nothing.
Correct. And until you face France, Ireland, England, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, it doesn't count. So
Bulldogs, mathematical chance? Yeah, nah.
Nah. No.
Not.
They are.
They are, but no.
They are, but no. No, I don't see it happening. I think the top 8 is pretty secure. I think the Roosters will
they need to win the next 2, and then they need obviously Cowboys to lose 1 or 2. One. Yeah.
Correct. So I think the Roosters are probably favourites to take out the minor premiership. If we can see a rematch of the 2002 grand final, that'd be great. I think the Warriors win.
Hey, I think hold on. Warriors are sitting at number 1 because the Roosters lost to the Tigers on Sunday, bruh. So
they got beat. Yes.
and then also the Warriors have got the Knights and Manly at home in Auckland. And the Roosters have the Dolphins, who are fucking firing at the moment too.
Yeah,
I don't know, but the Warriors might actually be favourites for the minor premiership right now because the Warriors falling against their head of the Panthers by, a couple of points at the moment too. So
I never like it. I never like it when the premiership favourite wins the minor premiership for whatever reason. It's very, very rarely do we see minor premiers go on and win.
That's another thing too. So I personally don't mind if they don't win it all.
That's right.
They win that last one, but I want them to finish hopefully second because then first or second, so they get that home, final 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks if they win that one, then they get that prelim as well at home. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. So you're banking on the Warriors to lose to the Knights or Manly.
This is my opinion. I reckon you rest. I reckon you rest these guys last 2 games. Especially I reckon you don't throw the game, but you rest your key players. You rest your spine. You rest your spine. You rest Fisher Harris because the thing is going into finals.
Let's go.
Yeah, if you've got a fresh, and I mean fresh Warriors team, they're going to be hard to beat. So. That's the only reason I say I think Roosters, because I think the Roosters will topple the Dolphins. And if the Warriors play this,
and then they got the Bunnies next week. But mind you, that's always a big game for both teams.
It is. So I don't see the Roosters resting their players anytime soon. But I can see from a tactical standpoint, the Warriors doing something. And if they do, I'd let the minor premiership go. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I mean, last time we won it in 2002, which we won because the
Correct.
Bulldogs got their points taken off them
Correct.
after they won 17 in a row and lost to the
Mhm.
Warriors. Then we just lost to the Roosters in the grand final anyway.
Correct. I think any team that I've ever been in that's won the minor premiership has lost the final, and any team that I've
Yeah.
won a grand final with has never won the minor premiership. So
Mm.
I think it's more of a curse than a gift. So I'm hoping the Roosters win the minor, and then the Warriors win the final. That'd be great.
Okay. There you go, my mate. I'll take that, brother. I'll take as long as we get the big one. You know, give your mind a
That's right.
premiership. Fan questions, my bar.
Let's do it.
What's with all the hate towards Ian Gary? Can we just accept the man who he is for who he is and respect his talents in the cage? Sinclair, Townsville.
Sinclair, great question. We could, but it would be nowhere near as fun as the enjoyment we have mocking this bloke on social media. Look, he is a great fighter. He is, but goodness gracious, when you're trying to kiss the bloke and rub penises between rounds like he was with Islam, it's just like it just gets really, really uncomfortable for everyone watching. Now, you can be whoever you want outside the cage. There's zero prejudice or hate towards Ian Gary for what he says outside the cage. I don't agree with most of it, but at the end of the day, it is our God-given right to be who we want to be. We have the agency to choose. But my issue is it's hard for me to appreciate his talent and skill inside the cage when he goes in there, the biggest opportunity of his lifetime, and he doesn't perform to his potential against Islam Makhachev. So we could ignore who he is outside the cage, but when you perform like an ass, like he did against Islam, then you're going to get criticized, not just for what you did inside the cage, but everything else comes on top. And that's just the way of life in 2026, especially with social media. You are going to get criticized no matter how good you are.
Apparently, Adi Savia is scoping a move to PNG Chiefs next year. Thoughts on how he'd go rugby league? Paul Teed, Brisbane, Queensland.
Adi Savia would dominate in rugby league. There is zero doubt in my mind that he would be a top back row middle forward in rugby league. You could put him at the second row and play him on an edge. You could put him at lock forward. He's got the cardio and the fitness to tackle, to run, to ball play. He would be incredible. He's not going to PNG. One, they can't afford him. They've blown the entire budget on Brian To'o, Jerome Luai, Zach Lomax, and a whole bunch of others. I think they signed Joey Manu today.
Yeah, they just
Joey
confirmed
Manu
today.
confirmed today. So Adi Savia is not going to the PNG Chiefs. However, if he was to take up rugby league in his first year, he would be a top 5 forward in the NRL. There is zero doubt about that.
Whoo. Big call from the big T. I like it, but like he's a bad man though, Adi. Eh?
Yeah,
Different breed.
he is. He really is.
How do you reckon it'd go in the NFL if he peak Adi went to the NFL? Where would you put him?
Look, I mean, most of your back rows, you'd have to put them on defense. I think that the majority of a back row's role in rugby union is to tackle, is on defense.
Yeah.
So he'd probably make a great middle linebacker. Probably too big, not as agile to play in a defensive back at cornerback or safety, but a middle linebacker, probably a bit too small to be an edge rusher and to play on the D line. But in terms of him playing in the NFL, he'd succeed. At the same time, I think it would be a waste of all the skills that he's developed over the years playing rugby. He is, in my opinion, top 3 breakdown competitors in the world. He's probably the strongest ball runner in world rugby at the moment. And in terms of his ball playing ability and defensive ability, he is at the moment top 3 best back rowers in the world.
Let's go. I'm 18 years old, blue belt in BJJ with kickboxing training, never competed in MMA, but had multiple BJJ tournament wins and 3 kickboxing amateur fights. What's your advice for me starting an amateur MMA career? What's this? Aristotle? Oh, Aristotle, not the Aristotle, cuz. Where's Plato in Homer? Gold Coast, Queensland, bro.
Yeah, Aristotle. Mate, look, at the age of 18, you've got all the time in the world. It needs to be utilized wisely. Again, we get a lot of these questions, and they're mainly from blue belts. And have you noticed that? And guys that have that have had some sort of kickboxing. It's good. It's good. It tells me that the
I'm
sport
couch
is
potato
growing.
belt, brother. So yeah, let's go. Chat.
Right, right. Look, I mean, if you've won multiple BJJ tournaments, obviously wrestling and grappling is your base. If you've competed in kickboxing, I'm not too sure what his record is, but if you've had that experience, I think I've said this in the past. Strengthen your strengths and strengthen your weaknesses. Work on your weaknesses. So whatever your weaknesses are, it sounds to me like you're a pretty good grappler. Continue to work on that on a daily basis. Let that be the bread and butter that you can revert to, or even primarily go to in an MMA fight. But what I would say is, get a good wrestling coach and work on wrestling. Wrestling is proving to be the mixed martial art of choice in 2026, and anyone that can wrestle will always have success. So that'll be my advice. Wrestle, 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 continue to grapple. And in terms of your striking, I only spar once a week, twice a week maximum. And if it's twice a week, one of those sparrings is either drill sparring or light sparring, and then one of those is we might punch on a bit. But at the age of 18, you've got plenty of time. No need to be doing the old school training, brick by brick, and wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. That'd be my advice.
And my advice would be, if you want to fucking do it, cuz. And then nobody fucking tell you can't, brother. Run that ball, son.
100%. 100%.
Let's go. Couch potato information right there. Question number 4, we got Volk has already achieved basically everything there is to achieve. If he loses to Evelev, does it actually hurt his legacy at all, or is he already untouchable as an Australian combat sports legend?
Yes, he's already untouchable. I think
that's from
probably...
Dylan, sorry, brother.
No, thank you, Dylan. Melbourne, definitely untouchable. There's really no doubt that he is the greatest combat sports athlete to come out of Australia. There's been no one like Volk. I don't know if we'll see anyone else achieve what Volk has achieved from this part of the world. If he loses to Evelev, so be it. I don't see him losing, but it is a tough fight. If he loses to Evelev, it doesn't necessarily mean that his entire legacy is tarnished by one loss. I think the only way you really tarnish your legacy is if you stick around for too long. You know, Shubz, when you walk into a nightclub and you see 50-year-old men drinking with your other 50-year-old men. Right. It's time to go home. That's right. It's fellas, and I've seen this working as a security guard for the past 20 years. Fellas, it's time to go home. Volk is not at that stage yet. We kind of saw it with I think Nate Diaz when he fought on the MVP card. We saw it with Junior Dos Santos when he got knocked out by Rebelis Despaigne. You see it with a whole bunch of guys. Anderson Silva's probably one as well. They just stick around for too long. I don't think Volk will ever get to that point. I don't think he needs to fight to progress financially. I think he's doing quite well on YouTube with his Cooking with Volk channel and all the sponsors that he's managed to obtain outside of the UFC. I think he's really doing this to cement his legacy as the greatest combat sports athlete in the world, and definitely from Australia. So, yeah, I don't think he'll end up like Anderson or a Nick Diaz, fighting for money, staying too late at the party, especially after they've been cut off at the bar. But no, he'll go down as the greatest. Yeah.
Last one, my man. Question for T. After Eternal, what's the big 109? What's the biggest difference between watching Australian MMA from the crowd and actually being cage side working an event? Work stuff you notice that we completely miss watching online?
Hey, great question. Thank you very much for that.
Oh yeah, and that question's from Jordan Wallace, Newcastle.
Jordan, thank you very much for that question, mate. Probably the main things that I notice is, and I think I may have made mention of this on one of our recent podcasts, is that you can kind of see a fighter when he no longer wants to fight. As the Godfather says, the eyes never lie, Chico. And I've seen fighters, check out in the middle of fights, and I've seen fighters bite down on their mouthpiece and are willing to go out on their shield. You don't necessarily get that viewpoint sitting in the stands or even watching at home from TV. One thing that I do like is you can hear quite clearly the coach's instruction. If there's certain things that a fighter needs to work on, that they need to implement, that they need to incorporate into their game plan to improve their position or change the outcome of a fight. We're very close to the corners and we can hear what the coaches are saying. And that's something, again, in a noisy arena, watching from the stands or being a bit further away from the action, you don't necessarily pick up on that. So that's something that I never really take for granted. I think when I'm commentating, I'm not really enjoying it as a fan. I'm trying to string together sentences, provide a climax to the finish. But I do take note in between rounds and obviously when the fight's happening to the advice that's been given by the corners. So I appreciate that question. It's brought to my attention some of the privileges that I get that not many others do. So very
It's
grateful.
crazy, like when you're in the seat, you can forget certain things, right? Other
Yes.
people aren't in, so there's a cool
Yeah.
perspective and a cool question, Geordie. But he's actually from Newcastle, New South Wales, not the Geordie Shore, even though his name's Geordie. But brother, it's been a pleasure as always, my brother. Every week. Cool thing is I'll be able to, I don't know, put some more into actually these pushing these out a bit more because I've been so swamped with everything else. But I look forward to it, brother. I want to see this go as far as we can take it, brother. Are you in any like Facebook groups, MMA groups?
I'm not at the moment. Any recommendations?
No, I'm just saying if you are, add me to them because what I'll do is when I post these, when I start posting these individually, I'll post these as individual posts into those groups too.
Please, let's do that.
People to get engaged with it because otherwise it gets lost in the algorithm of all the other stuff that I post. So,
100%. What I'll do is I think I am, and I'll invite you to the group, and then chuck
just invite me, then I can just chuck them in, brother. Just easy dubs.
100%.
All right, my brother, let's go. Fight camp 14. Done and dusted. See you for 15, brother. Full back in it.
Next Monday.
Big love, my brother.
And
let's go, Friday. I knew the numbers would dwindle down once we got on here because, but the cool thing is the Whānau's still here. Big Tanera. I use uppercut. Oh, Tanera's in there, chat. Tanera's actually in there, chat. Let's go, Whānau. Speaking of the big Tanera, what did he reckon? He said, I got a question. What sort of gel does Tanera use? And then Tanera himself says, I use uppercut pomade, firm hold, rich shine, too Mickey. Well, Whānau, that's it for another night on Shubz Says So. And the crazy thing is, we did it on air. Well, on the. I'm so used to going on the frequencies on the rover and like doing all these commercials. But yeah, that's how that's it. This is 92. And first day is a free agent. So anyone want to sign us, let us know. No, but sponsorships are available if you want to promote your little business on there. We've got some little subscription promos we can do, and we'll chuck them on the show. Obviously, we have a lot of different cool people like Tanera that join us. It's gonna give me a couple of days fun to adjust to the fact that I don't have any commercials, songs, or weather to go to, or the top of the hour. And I'll get used to this and know that I can just fill the whole thing with conversation and maybe a little music. The only thing with it is it demonetizes our content sometimes, our music. I'll see what kind of workarounds I can do around that. But appreciate you, Whānau, for still being with us, even all those that are still here after our Fight Cap episode 14. And do support that, Whānau, because I'll put more into it and pushing it out more. I've been so focused on all this other stuff, but big love to you, Whānau. Every single one of you, Jeremy, Mr. Carlo Parks, Rob, Jup. Anybody, if you want to sponsor our show, and who knows? Actually, I don't even tee up and do some little PNGs and put them up there. Put some brands up there for the Whānau. But again, if you want to sponsor us, bruh, don't tell me what to say because I'll tell you to get fucked. Straight up. Appreciate us. Big love and blessings, man. You can support in many ways, and just liking and commenting is it. True, Dave. Karaitiana.